This thing about the bingo slots, if they do this, I mean, this is, everybody should move out of the state. Just leave it to the Gators and Jeb, your fat-ass governor. What an idiot.
Oh, he's going to kill this thing. I'm telling you, I'm not telling you, but I've been saying this for weeks. That this guy is out to make sure this thing doesn't happen. It doesn't matter what the public wants. It doesn't matter what.
It never matters what the public wants.
That family has one thing in common: total lack of respect for the system. So we're in the right places.
Well, you sure sound like you're a million miles away. You know what?
I do.
You didn't have technical problems this morning, did you? I heard you say something about that.
Only once.
Yeah.
No, we lost the phone line one time for like a minute. That's all.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, I could see myself.
Somebody must have pulled the
cube.
Yeah.
No, it's actually nice and relaxing over here.
Is it?
Yeah.
See, they're not too crazy about it either, because if we had real slots, who in their right mind would go over there at all those grave robbers? I mean, all those wonderful folks that you're with now.
You know what? It's not. You know, if this is actually a good place to visit for a couple of days, it is. It has everything.
Sure.
You know, I can bet baskets. The Beast just won $160 on the Wheel of Fortune. You can hear the jingle in the background.
Really?
Yeah.
$160?
Yes.
What are you playing, quarters?
Of course. I'm not the rich mogul that you are.
You're playing quarters? What kind of money your folks have got? He's playing quarters.
When
are you going to get over to the nickel machines?
Do they have nickel machines?
Yes, they sure do.
I'm going to hit the penny machines in a few.
Okay.
I didn't. I played the Santa Anita card yesterday. I'm in heaven here.
Yeah.
You know, they have a race book here now. So I played Santa Anita.
I can sit here right in my house and play the Santa Anita card any day I want.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You can't do that in Florida.
No.
Or you're not supposed to.
God forbid.
Right. God forbid that Florida should become a real state.
Yeah. Never happened.
A real part of the.
Never happened. It's hopeless.
Yeah. I wonder who the successor is going to be.
When I saw that thing in the paper this morning, I just, you throw your hands up in the air. So I give up.
I didn't see the paper this morning. I haven't gotten a paper over here yet. What was in it?
The story about the bingo-style slots, about the House. There's a bill coming out today, and they want to limit the slots to the same thing that the Indians are using, which accomplishes two things. Oh, and the governor also wants to put all kinds of other limits, too. They want to force
$20.
They want to force the pari-mutuals to come up with the $500 million a year in revenues for education that they promised, even though, of course, that was projected if Dade and Broward both passed it, even though it lost in Dade. So then if they don't come up with the $500 million, then they're going to impose a fee to make up the difference. He's going, like you said, he's going to do everything in his power to deep six it. And there's a Republican, Juan Zapata from Miami, representative, who's the one who's pushing this thing in the House. Luckily, the Senate is not in favor of that, state Senate.
Viva Zapata.
Yeah. Oh, and also the governor wants to wait till you hear this, ban the sale and consumption of booze in the slot halls and also allow no ATMs. Other than that, have a great time.
Yeah. This guy is a curse.
Yes.
He is a curse.
And I've been asking it for years now. How the hell does he keep winning? How did he win by a landslide? What is going on with these people? They must be masochists.
How do they always win? They fix the elections. This was very predictable. He came down and did everything he could to beat it.
But I still blame the proponents, though. I think they did we both talked about that, a really crappy job of wording the measure.
Well,
if they would have made it specific,
right. I mean,
if they would have made it specific that they were talking about Class 2 slots or whatever class it is, then there would have been no problem, been no question.
Well, they're losers. That's why they don't know how to conduct their own business, and then they can't even write the legislation properly when they desperately need it.
Yeah.
And,
Class 3. That's what we want is Class 3.
That's why they're in the dumper.
Mm-hmm.
Rhymes with humper.
Well, good luck to you. I'll stick with Woodbine, thank you.
Okay. We'll be here having a good time. The Beast is going to be at that Wheel of Fortune all day, I have a feeling.
In fact, I'll be in Montreal the next 3 days, plunging in their beautiful casino. They got five floors. I told you about that.
Well, don't lose too much.
I'll try not to. I'll try to use the Beast as an example.
Yeah. He's inspired me. Have a great day, man.
And you too. I'll see you Monday.
All right.
Rock solid.
Beast is playing quarters in the Bahamas.
You fairy.
Oh, where's Davy Gravy line?
Wouldn't it be nice if they found Chandra sitting in a chaise chair drinking booze? Wouldn't it be nice if they found Chandra sporting one of those computer dues? Then this whole ugly mess would be history. We'd finally put an end to this mystery.
Oi!
Wouldn't it be nice if they found Chandra eating caviar and Munster cheese? Wouldn't it be nice if they found Chandra hiring a hitman in Belize? She could tell us about Gary's Winky as she laughed and held up her pinky. Wouldn't it be nice?
How's she doing, Chandra? Anybody seen her lately?
No.
It's 10:04 at 560. I'll guarantee you she's almost as lively as Terry Schiavo. Yeah, I don't know about you, but if I hear one more word about that, well, we got a few words we got to say today when we get to that story, but enough already. Oh, there it is. There's another one of them silly guys in a dress, one of them screamers. Look at that.
You fairy!
Oh, brother. Anyway, I can't handle it. Can you take any more of that?
No more.
This fat-ass governor of yours, let me say it again. You wanted it, you got it. You get exactly what you deserve, man. You vote for this insanity for these fascist lunatics who want to impose their view on everybody else, and that's what you get. Should come as no surprise that they're trying to subvert the will of the courts because, you don't mess with the Bush people, with that crowd. They're going to do whatever they want, and they'll find by hook or by crook, like stealing elections, little things like that. Basically, what you had in America, and it goes back to 2000, is you had a bloodless coup where a group of self-appointed Nazis took over the country, and the media sits back and bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-bop, and isn't it great? Religion is taking this great place in America, and we got that lunatic that wrote that, what's the name of that book, that idiotic book about purposeful life, whatever that thing is. He's everywhere now. He's probably on that Totina's Pizza at Rosa Lopez's house. Or maybe he's on that piece of toast. Or maybe he's on the Tefal. Did you get that thing yet, by the way, the Tefal skillet?
Not yet.
No, let's put in a bid for that on eBay. It's too late. 3 p.m. yesterday was the deadline. Damn it. Jamie King, also known as James King. Kind of a strange name for a chick, James King, but nevertheless, that's what she wants to be known as, and so who cares, right?
Right.
She's naked there on our beaded curtain if you're over the age of 155 and you got 48 pieces of ID to prove it. Picture ID, that is, okay? Not any of that phony fake ID that we're all so familiar with. April 23rd, 1979, she was born, which makes her almost 26, but not quite. Born in a great city, Omaha, Nebraska, even though you guys don't believe it.
No.
Because see, when you haven't been anywhere, you just don't know nothing about it. So you talk again, like you know something. She was a top model at the age of 16, appearing as cover girl for something here, and it's chopped off, the New York something. Anyway, she's in a movie called The Ninth Passenger, which isn't out yet, Two for the Money, which isn't out yet, The Alibi, which isn't out yet, Sin City, that's already out. Pretty Persuasion, White Chicks, Harry Green and Eugene, and Bulletproof Monk, Four Faces of God, Lone Star State of Mind, Slackers, Pearl Harbor, Blow, Happy Campers, Young Hollywood's Awards, also on the Howard Sperm radio show, but that's back in the day, like 5-6 years ago. So there she is, Jamie King. She's on the beaded curtain, and she's naked as a jaybird. There it is for you. Let's see. I see. Okay, here's the results in the poll yesterday. The best pizza in Florida is Pizza Loft, 172. No contest. You see the power of this show?
Yes.
Now look at the ice cream that's winning in our poll today. Fish food, right? Ben & Jerry's Fish Food. Who put that on the map, huh?
Neil God!
Who put Pizza Loft on the map?
Neil God!
Back when he used to like us. Like me. Too bad. That's the way it goes, okay? Hard ass. Pizza Loft 172. Mario the Baker 87. Papa John's 81. Steve's Pizza 68. Pizza Time 67. Casola 66. Frankie 62, which we thank Frankie's for bringing that food yesterday. Pizza Hut 58. Godfather's and DeSalvo's. I'm going to try to restrain myself, okay? I'm going to try very hard not to pull the...
Cube!
Oh, my God. Godfather's and DeSalvo's 54 each, tied. Cazzoli's 42. Anthony's Coal-Fired did 41. Little Caesar's 34. Mommy's... Boy, there's a lot of names on here. It's going to take me hours to read all of these. Little Caesar's 34. Mommy's Best Pizza 33. Antonio 31, along with John the Baker 31. I wonder if John the Baker is kin to Mario the Baker, you think?
Brothers.
Pizza Rustica 27. Capone's Flicker Light 26. Somebody was giving us a song and a dance about that yesterday, that they didn't like it or whatever. Well, they got 26 votes. What do you know? Sparrow's also got 24, though. Oh, about a step away from Franco-American. Love and Oven 22. Umberto's and the Big Cheese and Tony's had 20 apiece. Thanks to Brad at Tony's, and the guys say that's still as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Mamma Mia's and Domino's 19 apiece. Oh, Domino's. Even your dog would turn its nose up at that. Poppy's and Mr. D's 17. Hungry Howie's 16. Villa Rose and Brooklyn Boys and Ciro's and Mike's 15 apiece. Johnny G's And Vito's 14. Wise Guy's 13. I understand that Berkeley is working them feverishly. Nice going, Berkeley. You the man. Nick's 11. Amici 11. Marino's Pizza 10. Two Brothers 9. Sir Pizza 9. Mazzola's 9. Didn't we screw that up? It's not Mazzola? I don't know what it is.
No, it is. That's what it is.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Cannoli Kitchen 8. Del Vecchio 8. Alex Del Vecchio and Gordie Howe. And Ted Lindsay. Today's in PSN. Palm Springs North 7. Jerry's 7, Times Square 7, Red Rock 6, Amore 5, Uncle Frank's 4, Mama's 4, Pogie's 4, 3 for Esposito's. 2 votes for Sarah's, Papa Piccolo, Hot Sobe, Franco's, 1 for Jano's, and Luce. Luce had the big... Oh! So that must really be, well, maybe just nobody eats there. I don't want to say really be bad, you know? Because what do we know? See, that again is like talking about stuff that you know nothing about. It's like saying, oh, boy, that Chula Steakhouse is really... I've never been there, so what do I know? I was never invited. See, I'm not part of the sports fraternity on this radio station. I was never part of that inner circle of sports nerds, so I was never invited. Now, Josh, you had plenty of free meals there.
Yes, I have.
And probably Miguel being promotions guy, you probably had some free meals at Chula Steak, too.
I paid for some, too.
Probably had some free meals at Chula's, like I said. Yes?
Yes, and I paid for some, too.
Okay, I didn't ask for any additions to that, okay? You don't have to embellish it. Free meals, freeloader.
Yes.
Today we're doing ice cream, once and for all. And already I got faxes on this because we put it up early. Now, I don't understand this, although I think I've seen this. Fred says Ben & Jerry's, everything but the 2 twisted ice creams. Now, is that the name of a flavor? Because he says combination of New York Super Fudge, Chunk, Heath Bar Crunch. Oh, we got to get that on there right away, Heath Bar Crunch. Oh, God. And what? No, there's nothing like Heath Bar Crunch. And Peanut Butter Cup to die for, he says.
Oh,
so somebody, I guess that might be the name of it, but wait and find out for sure, right?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Also a fax that says Ben & Jerry's Caramel Sutra, or is...
Caramel.
Caramel Sutra. No, nobody with a brain says caramel, okay? Only people that don't know how to speak proper English say caramel. Whatever you call it, I guess it's probably pretty good. And then he's actually... Who sent this? Pedro. Hey, Pedro. He's got a diagram of the way it sits in the tub, in the container. Vanilla on one side, caramel cone in the middle, and chocolate on the other side. Caramel Sutra. It says caramel cone 1.5 inches thick, vanilla on one side, chocolate with fudge chunks on the other side. This is sick. This is really disgusting. The one good thing is I'm very confident that nobody's going to bring you guys any ice cream today. I'm positive of that.
Hey, Publix is right down the street.
Like I said, Publix ain't bringing you no ice cream, okay?
No, but somebody could stop and, you know.
Oh, that's true.
Do a good deed.
Anybody out there wants to bring in some dulce de leche for Miguel? And I don't know what's your story.
I'll do Rocky Road.
Rocky Road, that's a good choice. Now Ben & Jerry's doesn't make Rocky Road, do they? That's a little too pedestrian for them. They don't
make everything else.
Huh?
They make everything else.
I mean, they even make vanilla, and they make, like, chocolate and strawberry. You'd think that they would make a Rocky Road. I've never seen a Ben & Jerry's Rocky Road. I'll tell you who makes a really great Rocky Road, and that's Bastard Robbins. Man, they have a good Rocky Road. You just want to kind of stick a cube in there and, like, you know, melt it and put, like, a straw and drink it.
Hey, your fish food is number 7 on their top 10.
What does that mean?
On benandjerrys.com?
Yeah.
There's number 7.
We don't care what their top 10 is. We're talking about our astute audience that's got, taste in their tush. In fact, vanilla is number 2 already. Look at that. Fish food is number 1 so far, and vanilla is number 2, and chocolate is number 3. What a bunch of daring folks we have out there. Wow. Woo! Man. Let's see. Oh, yeah, cookie dough and butter pecan. Man, like I said, it's 10:13 at 560 WQAM. You people, what you know about ice cream, man, you could put inside your...
All right.
No,
Rectum.
That's the one. And have plenty of room left over. Although after yesterday's pig out, Josh said maybe not. I just don't know how you... The last 2 days has been really disgusting. Don't bring them any ice cream, okay? I don't want to be responsible for bad things happening to these people.
Wow, your fat ass is really comfortable. Wow, your fat ass is doing wonders for my bad back. Want to do something useful with your fat ass?
I could sleep on your fat ass all day.
Then why not put it to use?
Hey, you don't mind if my girlfriend sits on your fat ass too, do you?
As one of America's newest ass cushions, put your fat ass to use for the airlines and turn a coach seat into comfort class. This is great. By letting people sit on your fat ass, you'll be helping to improve people's days. place, on the bus, at the movie theater, even at the park.
Mommy, come bounce on this fat ass with me.
Put your fat ass to work today. Receive hourly wages, health benefits, and ho-hos. Call now and be proud to be a fat ass.
I am 1018 at 560 WQM. So anyway, why didn't they put that wording in the amendment on the ballot? Class 3 slot machines. That's all they had to do is put those extra 2 words in there, Class 3, to be specific. How anybody could spend all the time and the effort and the money that the proponents did and leave it up to the fat ass governor, speaking of fat ass, and the legislature, it just boggles one's mind. They should have known ahead of time that they're going to do everything in their power to subvert the will of the public. That's this fat ass governor's specialty. Whatever you people want, he's going to do the obvious. He's always got devious plans. Terry Schiavo, same thing. She wants to be left alone, leave her to die. The husband says, cut the crap already, take out that. And, the best yesterday was he's trying for the DCF, which did such a great job with Riley Wilson, not to mention all his other children. And by the way, she's not a child, Terry Schiavo, but nevertheless, the Department of DCF, he wants them to take custody of Terry. Isn't that great?
Oh, yeah.
In fact, that wouldn't surprise me if they'd have gone in there in the middle of the night and just whisked her away in there like happens on Passions or one of those crazy soap operas. Oh, she just disappeared. She's off to the Bush mansion somewhere on the French Riviera. You'll never see her ass again. I mean, just when the hell does it ever stop in the public? What is it that you're fascinated with? What's to like? There's that old expression I use all the time, what's not to like? What's to like with this bastard? He is one of the most obnoxious, one of the most unctuous, and we keep hearing in the media, oh, but he's a very devout man, and he really believes in it. Yeah, right. All he believes in is that he's the dictator, and he's going to jam everything down the throats of the public, whether that's what they want or not. That's all he knows, your fat-ass governor. He should only rot. Well, I beg your pardon?
He's a Christian.
No, he's a Catholic.
Oh, my bad.
Don't get born-again Christians confused with Catholics, because, as you know, they hate each other like poison.
They do.
But it kind of rubbed off on him when he married that Chiquita Banana there. So, Columba, the smuggler, it rubbed off. So he's Catholic. But, of course, he's a very devout Catholic. And, of course, you know what they're saying. Like the Schindlers. Thank God, by the way, the Schindlers, I was a little bit nervous with that name that they were Jewish. We got enough problems already, with Meyer Lansky. The Schindlers are Catholic. And they're giving a song and a dance about, oh, well, Terry was a devout Catholic. And the husband says, no, she wasn't devout at all, okay? And there's plenty of Catholics who have living wills and choose to have their lives not extended with some stupid ass and other artificial means. Oh, boy, just this religious explosion that you're seeing in America today, this is at the root. Of course, that's just a cover-up. What's underneath it, of course, has nothing to do with religion. But that's the cover-up for everything else that's going on. An explosion of... In fact, did I print that? Oh, yeah. Here's the best before we get to our ice cream. I'm tired of this crap. I can't stand it. Evangelicals oppose the government on Schiavo. How do you like that? In spite of what you're hearing in the mass media. More than two-thirds of people that describe themselves as evangelicals and conservatives disapprove of the intervention by Congress and President Bush in the case of Terry Schiavo. A CBS News poll found that 4 of 5 people polled opposed federal intervention, with levels of disapproval among key groups supporting the GOP almost that high. Bush's overall approval rating, which was down to 49% last month, dropped again down to 43%, dropping like a rock. Dropping like a rock. Most Americans say they feel sympathy for family members on both sides of the dispute over Schiavo. More than 8 in 10 in the poll said they feel sympathy for Bob and Mary Schindler, and 7 in 10 said their sympathy, yada, 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 whatever. All the polls show the same thing. But the most interesting part of it is more than two-thirds of evangelicals and conservatives disapprove. And I mean, even as far-bisoned as they are, they realize that this is totally unacceptable. You just can't do this. We're talking about a fascist state that is not only trying to overrule the courts, trying to subvert the Constitution, but try to inject themselves into private, personal, family matters. It's like Alien all over again, baby. Okay, let's see. Starbucks mud pie. Oh, we don't have any Starbucks ice creams on there. Now, the poll, what's your favorite ice cream? It can be just a flavor like vanilla, or it can be a brand like Ben & Jerry's Fish Food. Follow what I'm saying?
No, what are you saying?
Well, I don't know. Starbucks mud pie, you got it? That doesn't sound too good to me. Mud pie. Starbucks makes all coffee flavor ice creams for obvious reasons. Starbucks is the coffee people. Okay, let's see what we got so far. Your favorite ice cream, Ben & Jerry's Fish Food, another one made very popular by yours truly, 53. It is so good, it ought to be. I wouldn't be surprised if the governor knew we enjoyed it that much. He probably would make it illegal. You're a fat-ass governor. No, seriously. Anything where you might have a good time, where you might enjoy life that doesn't fit in with his right-wing fundamentalist view of life, you can't have it. You can't do it. You can't have it. I don't want it. You ain't getting it. Bastard, you piece of turd. He's a turd on 2 legs. Oh, but he's so popular. Yeah, only in Florida, man. Okay, fish food is first, but vanilla is second. Oh.
Oh, my God.
38 say there. And I've been telling you people that for years, and you laughed at me, right? And if it weren't for being this crowd, because the rest of the public don't know fish food from fish tank, vanilla would all be number 1. See? Chocolate 29 is third. I mean, this is so boring. Cookie dough 21. It's horrible. Cookie dough. Butter pecan 20. I mean, look at what we got. If you take away fish food, I'm humiliated. No wonder Jeb Bush keeps winning. Oh, we can't run again, thank God. They'll get somebody worse. Maybe we got our first gay governor.
Gay?
Yeah. Charlie Crist. Or maybe Mark Foley. Maybe Miss Foley will leave Congress and run for a higher orifice. Let's see. Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia, 19. Ben & Jerry's Super Fudge Chunk. That's New York Super Fudge Chunk, 17. I guess we didn't have room to put that in there, huh?
I don't know. I didn't put it on.
Oh, now are you blaming this on Eric again? You're right, because Eric, that was the original poll. Rocky Road, 13. Pistachio, 12. Haagen-Dazs Dulce de Leche, 10. It's watery. Flavor's good, but it's watery. Butch it up a little bit. Strawberry, 8. Ben & Jerry's Coffee Toffee Crunch, only 6. Only 6. Vanilla's got 38, and Ben & Jerry's Coffee Toffee Crunch has got 6. This is enough to make me just fall on the floor and laugh. Either laugh or cry for hours. Coffee, 5. Coffee ice cream, of which there are, we could be more specific. Breyer's Oreo's got 4. Rum Raisin, 3. Breyer's Score's got 3. Nestle's Turtle, 3, which means some of you folks have scoured for those and found them. Congratulations. I salute you. Neapolitan, 2. That's your chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. That's like for little kids.
Yeah.
Like when you were in school. They used to have those little Dixie cups with either vanilla, chocolate, or Neapolitan. Chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla.
I don't mind.
I mean, that is really for Goyim. Caramel Sutra, 1, and Heath Bar Crunch, 1. Now, who makes Heath Bar Crunch? Does Ben & Jerry's make a Heath Bar Crunch? I think they do. I'm not eating no ice cream this weekend. No way. I had 3 ice cream days. What?
Right after the show. You know that's what you're doing.
No, I'm not. No, I'm absolutely not.
For you.
I had 3 ice cream days in a row, and it definitely cannot continue. 26 past 10 at 560 WQM. We got Mo Howard, David, let's see. Or am I wrong about that? No, we don't have no Mo today. No Mo. Curtis Stevenson for Mo at 2. What's that all about? Mad Dog at 4. 6:50 Marlins on deck. The Marlins exhibitionist game against Houston from Kissimmee at 7:05, followed by the Eddie K. Gambling Show. No Mo today, huh? Maybe he's sitting home eating pizzas. Maybe he's just shoveling all that. Or maybe he's off to maybe he had a big dinner at New York Prime last night.
Heath Bar is Ben & Jerry's.
Oh, I can only imagine. I mean, as good as the coffee toffee crunches, I would imagine that the Heath Bar is just probably put you into a spastic Terry Schiavo state.
Cube.
Yeah. Absolutely no to reinserting that.
Cube. Jeb Bush. The move.
Well, he's a Tallahassee Nazi.
Yes.
Who got the money from his daddy. And as I said, my little bratty. With an agenda that's crappy. Well, he's a Tallahassee Nazi. Of the FLA.
Absolutely.
Well, he's a presidential son who doesn't have to run. No one else is gonna win. He might as well just move right in.
Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil.
He has a golden spoon. He was born with a pizzazz. So look out, all you Jews. Get ready for the gas. He's a Tallahassee Nazi.
You fairy.
He'll give our civil rights a whammy. Cause he's a Tallahassee Nazi. Of the FLA. Well, he's a very wealthy dude with very fascist views who never paid his dues. By next year, we'll all be screwed.
Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil.
Any schmuck could win that race against Buddy McKay. Why do you think they call it gubernatorial anyway? He's a Tallahassee Nazi. He'll make the KKK happy. Yeah, he's a Tallahassee Nazi. Love of FLA.
Absolutely.
Come on, let's two-step. Come on, Adolf. Let's go for the...
U.S. Supreme Court denies Schiavo's parents' request to reinsert the
Cube.
How do you like that? The only last chance they got now is at noon. There's a Florida judge who's going to rule, one final ruling, and of course he already gave his preliminary indication yesterday, but he's going to give the final ruling at noon, and that'll be it. about Jeb Bush's attempt to, an hour and 27 minutes, but who's counting? And then we can get on with our lives. Jeb Bush trying to have DCF take custody of her, which, of course, is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, what legal basis is there for that? That the state can just come in and take custody of anybody? I mean, I can understand if it's somebody who's homeless or, well, why even go through it? You know, it's your fat-ass governor again. A crazy person running your state. No wonder Florida's in the condition that it's in. An outdoor insane asylum. Jessica says, favorite ice cream, it says, OMG, being the fat pig that I am. I'm always trying to out the low-carb ice creams. Last week I tried one that was so good I had to pass it along. Publix brand turtle ice cream with only 4 carbs per serving. I think one serving is a teaspoon. But who cares? It's good. Even people who don't lean the low-carb way would love it, says Jessica. Well, how do you like that? Publix turtle. Got it?
I got it.
Do we want to say public? Well, we don't want to say low-carb, high-carb. We don't want to do that. We'll have 40,000 different names on there. Publix brand turtle. I'm sure I have a feeling already on it because all those low-carb ice creams. And a lot of them are very good, but they've got that stuff in it, man. That sorbitol and maltitol and, keep you real busy all day, real close to home, please. Half-Baked by Ben & Jerry's. Now, there is some real crap. Sorry, whoever sent this. It's I hate to break the news to you. I can't stand it. But Half-Baked by Ben & Jerry's. Chocolate and vanilla ice cream with fudge, brownies, and chocolate chip cookie dough. See, it's got cookie dough. Oh, not for me. Save all the cookie dough for Kirstie Alley and this lady who sent this fax. Okay, you got it half-baked. Ben & Jerry's half-baked.
Okay.
Don't go off half-baked. Oh, look at that. That's right. It is called. Fred sends a picture of the container. Boy, Fred's a maniac. He went online, I guess. And everything but the... Oh, that's what it's called. Everything but the blank, blank, blank is what it's called. Huh? Got it? Ben & Jerry's everything but the blank, blank, blank. Oh, and he's got another page here with a description on it. Did you send me that or not?
No.
Well, why not?
Want it? Okay.
I want it, okay? If it has to do with ice cream, if I'm not going to eat any, at least I can talk about it. I can fantasize.
That's Ben & Jerry's, by the way?
Ben & Jerry's, everything but the ... Got it? ...
Got it.
And you melt it at for about 2.5 minutes in the microwave, so it's like a puddle, and then you just suck it up in a...
Cube!
Right. 5670560. What are we going to do after noon? What are we going to do with that?
Cube!
Huh? Maybe we can start talking about the...
Applicator Cube!
That one. The one that Rush has got buried somewhere. WQAM, hello.
Nearly.
Yes, sir.
Edie's chocolate peanut butter is the greatest.
Edie's chocolate peanut butter, okay?
The best. Vanilla's gay.
Hey, vanilla is really...
Gay.
Oh, boy, if you eat vanilla...
You fairy.
You got it? Edie's. I forgot all about Edie's. Edie's used to bring us in a lot of free ice cream, as a matter of fact. I just mentioned that in passing. I don't know if they still like us or not, but Edie's at IOD, and I think also on this station.
Really?
Has brought us in some free ice cream. So I just mentioned that just in case, we don't want to get shut out again today. We proved our power yesterday. Supreme Court says no to removing that, to reinserting the...
Cube!
No, they said keep it out of there. That thing about the bingo-style slots proposed, I just want to vomit. I'm so glad that I spent as little time in Florida as humanly possible. You have no idea. You can't even begin to imagine the tremendous pleasure. Even if I were sitting here just like in a Terry Schiavo type state with a
Cube!
in my nose, and down my throat or whatever, that would be an improvement over having to endure the kind of madness that goes on. Florida it's helpless and hopeless because you people keep putting the same losers, the same maniacs back in office again to run your lives. And we're spelling run, R-U-I-N, by the way. Everything but the original ice cream pints, chocolate and vanilla ice creams with Heath Bar chunks, white chocolatey chunks, peanut butter cups, I don't like peanut butter, and chocolatey covered almonds. It says, whenever we visit our scoop shops, we notice our friends combining their favorite flavors to create cool new combos, and we thought, what a great idea. So we took your favorite Ben & Jerry's and swirled them together to invent some twisted new flavors, and now you get more of everything. I don't like twisted this and twisted that. Although Chubby Checker will be Curtis Stevenson's guest today at 2:15. Huh? Better Curtis than us. We don't want Chubby Checker. Clarence, just stay away from us, okay? Stop trying to suck around, Clarence. We don't do guests. I realize you have no understanding of what this show's all about, but we don't do guests on the show. Guests are crap. That's one thing Mad Dog is absolutely correct about.
Absolutely correct, sir.
Guests are a tune-out. Well, we got Ed Schwartz coming on today to talk about 1952 baseball card collections. And if you're not interested in 1952 baseball collections, I guess you're all gone. See what I'm saying? Guests blow. WQAM, hello.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
I don't understand these people, man. How with all the great ice cream there is out there,
right?
How can vanilla? I mean,
oh, it's not only me. I'm just grossed out by it. It just
it's
makes
like
me,
eating frozen milk. I mean,
right. That's exactly right.
You know, whatever. And do yourself a favor. I mean, I know you know this, but just stay the hell out of here, man. There's no reason for you to have to come down here.
Yeah.
This place is such a
I come in for a week at a time to take care of a few legal odds and ends and, write out a few checks and do some things, and then I get the hell out.
I mean,
in fact, I got a trip booked this summer already for just a weekend, a Friday, a Saturday, and coming back here on a Sunday. I just can't take it. It's just, I don't know how I endured all those years.
Stop dirty, man! Let me tell you something. And I usually try to set it up that way, that business gets me out of here for at least a good 4 months during the summer.
All right.
And because, I mean, there is no way, especially with this insanity with the cube thing going on.
Cube!
Right? I love that.
Cube!
that I am.
Cube!
that I'm going
Cube!
to stay down here. Anyways, one for your list just for the hell of it, because I didn't see it on there. Not that I would say it's my favorite, but about as close as I'll get to vanilla is cookies and cream. That's another one that Ben & Jerry's does not make.
Really?
No, I've never been able to find it.
Everybody else does.
I know. And
don't you find it strange that they don't make Rocky Road? Because Rocky Road is like it's right up their alley. It's one of their kind of ice creams, with marshmallows in it and chunks.
I asked somebody who used to work for them that I had as a friend, and he said probably part of the reason is because fish food is sort of their answer to Rocky Road.
Nah.
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
But I agree.
Thank God they don't make it. It'd probably be pretty good. Okay, thanks a lot.
All right, just take care, Neil.
Okay, you got that? Cookies and cream?
Got it.
Okay. Have you got any ice cream yet? No, they're not going to bring you ice cream. I'm not going to waste my time. If by chance somebody comes by with 4 or 5 half gallons, then just let me know.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively.
Cube!
On 560 QAM.
Rogers got
We are the new Christianity. George Bush is our Christ and King. We are a land of ignorant mugwumps. Praise to thee, our Prince of Dumbness. New sacrifice we must ingest. The body and blood of Falwell's flesh. Bush is Lord and giver of life, Hosanna in the highest. Bush is Lord and giver of life, Hosanna in the highest, Hosanna in the highest, Hosanna in the highest. Blessed is the bush of dumbness, worship Bush or die, worship Bush or die, worship Bush or die.
You fairy. 10:46 at QAM. The U.S. Supreme Court rejected today an appeal by the parents of Terry Schiavo to have their severely brain-damaged daughter's feeding tube reinserted. The court, without comment, refused to intervene after the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals twice Wednesday turned down a plea from the parents. On the Florida front, Pinellas Pasco Circuit Judge George Greer has said he'll rule by noon today. That's an hour and 13 minutes, but who's counting? On the latest effort by Florida officials to intervene in the case. Greer, that's by noon today. Could be earlier, could be any second now. Are you on the edge of your seat?
Actually, yeah.
Greer had ordered Schiavo's tube removed last Friday after 7 years of court battles between the Schindlers and Michael Schiavo. The issue now before Greer involves allegations that Terry Schiavo may have been abused by her husband, as they're making up stuff frantically here at the last moment. In addition, in a petition by the Florida Department of Children and Families, the DCF, a neurologist who examined Schiavo's medical records, never examined her, never was anywhere near her, found she was most likely in a state of minimal consciousness rather than the persistent vegetative state previously doctors have diagnosed. So all the other doctors who examined her all of these years, they know nothing. But here's he examined the medical records and has never been anywhere near her. He said, no, she's okay. She's ready to get up and do a tap dance. According to the petition, the agency's board-certified neurologist, Dr. William Polk Cheshire, has information that seriously challenges the diagnosis that Mrs. Schiavo is in a persistent vegetative state, as the courts have upheld. The new information raises serious concerns and warrants immediate action, fat-ass Governor Jeb Bush said. Bush has vowed to do everything within his power to restore Schiavo's feeding tube. David Gibbs, attorney for Schiavo's parents, called the neurologist's findings shocking new medical developments. Shocking!
Oh, my God.
That's it. Greer barred Florida authorities yesterday from removing Terry Schiavo from the hospice and spiriting her off never to be seen again, which I'm sure is exactly what they had in mind. Maybe they can take her off to Alistair Crane's palatial estate off there in the Friendship Riviera, whatever the hell it is. You think? Maybe Alistair himself will show up. Now, this story about in the Herald this morning, bingo-style slots proposed. This is what Florida's all about right here. There is nothing that happens in that state that can be done right. That makes sense. That reflects the will of the electorate. You can't do anything right. It just can't happen. It's against the law. No se permite aquí. Okay, can't be done. Slot machines at Broward County pari-mutuel facilities would be limited to the bingo-style video terminals that are now in use at Indian gaming casinos under a proposed bill being released today by a key House committee. The measure attempts to limit the expansion of gambling by prohibiting Vegas-style slot machines and potentially undercutting efforts by the Seminole and Miccosukee tribes to get higher-stakes casino gambling known as Class 3 gaming in negotiations with the state. The House plan also attempts to force the pari-mutuel industry to make good on its campaign promises to generate $500 million a year in tax revenues for education, even though that promise was made when it appeared that both Dade and Broward pari-mutuels would have the games. And, of course, they don't. Under the plan proposed by the House Business Regulation Committee, the state would impose a tax rate on the machines that is yet to be determined. If tax revenue is less than the $500 million that the industry promised in its election campaign, the state would impose a fee to make up the difference. Industry reaction to the proposals was mixed last night as lobbyists put their hopes on a Senate bill next week that's expected to impose fewer restrictions and cost them less money than the House version. The worst-case scenario we want to be in is to have nothing less than the gaming the Indians have, said Ron Book, who represents a coalition of pari-mutuel owners. The idea of limiting slot machine operations to the bingo-style terminals now in use at the Indian casinos was first promoted by Representative Juan Zapata, a Miami Republican, and recently endorsed by fat-ass Governor Jeb Bush. The machines are defined as Class 2 gambling in federal law. By all appearances, the Class 2 machines look and operate like the traditional slot machines, but customers play against each other rather than against the house, and the jackpots tend to be lower. Governor Bush released his suggestions for regulating slot machines this week, and while the House plan embraces many of them, such as defining slot machines as the bingo-style video machines, it excludes many others. Wait till you hear these. For example, the House does not embrace the governor's proposal for taxing slots. Bush wants to impose a 40% tax rate on the first 500 slot machines at Broward's 4 pari-mutuel facilities, then increase the rate by 5% for every 500 machines, up to a tax rate of 100%. When do we get to 150%? Oh, there's that wild Pat Mahoney.
Her lips are cracking.
Foaming at the mouth. Bush also wants to, here we go, Bush wants to also ban the sale and consumption of alcohol and allow no ATMs within the slot halls. The House bill does not have those reasons. Let me say it again. He wants to ban the sale of booze and not allow any ATMs in the slot halls.
Yeah, that'll be great.
The House does not include the governor's suggestion that gamblers be banned from using credit cards or debit cards in slot machines and also prohibits any cash advances to gamblers. The governor also opposes the industry practice of offering free drinks, meals, or gifts to gamblers. This man, we need to Baker Act him. He's trying to run off and hijack and kidnap Terry Schiavo's body. This governor of yours, he needs to be Baker Acted. He needs to be put into a mental institution before you have no state left at all. He's a crazy person. Both the House and the governor propose to allow the slots to operate 12 hours a day. The House sets the hours as noon to midnight. It's a joke. Minimum should be like 9 a.m. to 3 a.m., something like that. Of course, most places now, in this day and age, are like 24/7. By contrast, a Senate committee is considering a plan that would define slot machines as the traditional Las Vegas-style slots, thank God. That style of gambling is defined in federal law as Class 3 gaming and could open up an opportunity for the Indian casinos to negotiate with the state to offer other high-stakes games such as craps, roulette, and blackjack. The Senate is also expected to impose a tax rate of 30%.
About 30, man.
And oppose many of the other restrictions sought by the governor and House leaders. Thank the Lord for your state Senate, I'll tell you that right now. Or you're not going to have diddly. Not going to have diddly squat. Oh, when does it ever end? Does it ever end?
No.
Man, I think that governor's sticking the tube right where the moon don't shine. 5670560. You know, the caller that called a moment ago, I hate to break the news to you. But I'm confident looking at the result. This reminds me of the night, what was the day, March 8th, when we had the referendum on the slots?
Something like that.
And early in the night, and it was way ahead in Broward all night, but in Dade it was ahead by, a few points. And as the time kept going on, you just saw what was happening. You saw that it was only a couple points ahead, then all of a sudden it was behind. Same thing here on our poll. What's your favorite ice cream flavor, or ice cream? Ben & Jerry's Fish Food, which has been leading right throughout 70. That's in front. That's first. Vanilla is, I'm confident vanilla will be in first by the time we get done with this. Just like I've been telling you forever and ever. And you laughed at me when I told you that. Didn't you? You thought I was making that up. I told you that because I've read it a zillion times. I did my research, man. Anybody that's into ice cream like I am, I do my research. Vanilla, 62. Chocolate, 40. Oh, Ben and Jerry's Cherry Garcia, 27. And even that's shocking because that's certainly not one of their best flavors. You think?
That is their best flavor.
Yeah, get out of here. Don't ask this guy, okay? Don't ask us to speak about ice cream.
Not by my choice. That's on their site. That's what people prefer.
Cherry Garcia isn't even in their top 5.
Yes, it is.
No, I'm not talking about on their website. I'm talking about in fact.
Oh, okay.
Butter Pecan, 25. The dark folks like Butter Pecan. Ben and Jerry's Super Fudge Chunk, that's New York Super Fudge Chunk, 24. Cookie Dough, 24. Hooey. Rocky Road, 18. Rocky Road's damn good. Pistachio, 15. Haagen-Dazs Dulce de Leche, 14. Blech. Strawberry, 12. Ben and Jerry's Coffee Toffee Crunch, 9. That should be right up there bubbling under the top. I don't want to start getting you folks fat, but if you haven't had Coffee Toffee Crunch, your life is a fraction. Your life experience is almost like Terry Schiavo's. That's how minimal you're enjoying your life if you haven't had that. Coffee Ice Cream 8, just generic coffee. Heath Bar Crunch 6. Breyer's Oreo 6, that's Miguel's.
Yes.
Rum Raisin 6. Rum Raisin can be pretty good, although Haagen-Dazs is, guess what Haagen-Dazs Rum Raisin is?
Watery?
Yeah, watery. Neapolitan 4, Nestle's Turtle 4, Breyer's Score is 3. That's the correct answer, by the way. You just can't find it. Too bad. You lose. Edie's Chocolate Peanut Butter's got a pair. Caramel Sutra. That's a Ben & Jerry's, by the way. You don't have to put that on there, but I just... 2. Should be. Cookies and Cream 1. Ben & Jerry's Everything But the Dots 1. Starbucks Mud Pie 1. Ben & Jerry's Half Baked don't have any, and Publix Turtle don't have any yet either. Sorry about that. So much ice cream. Let's see. Edie's Coney Island Vanilla with caramel swirl and chunks of chocolate-covered waffle cone bits, says Brett. Edie's Coney Island Vanilla. Or is that just called Edie's Coney Island? I guess. Huh? Edie's Coney Island. You got it? I mean, you're making this into like a big Tsimis. It's not that complicated.
Yeah,
Can you handle it? Coney Island. Here's a fax that says, Maxwell Tots, the silly-ass Brit. A cruise ship of gay lifeguards. This is this silly-ass fag lifeguard guy. Turned away from Nevis in the Caribbean. Okay, whatever. Butch up a little bit, okay?
You fairy.
Get out of here. Maxwell Tots. Well, another Brit. Of course, the Brits are all, queens. Ben and Jerry's Concession Obsession. Wow. Is it concession or confession? It says here Concession Obsession. It's chocolate ice cream with a caramel swirl and chunks of your favorite movie theater snacks like snow caps, peanut butter, cups, and soft pretzels. Oh, pretzels and ice cream. By the way, it says here, no, seriously, have you ever had ice cream with pretzels in it?
No.
That would be like having pizza with pickles on it.
Pickles, yeah, I was just thinking.
Okay, well, there you go. I agree with you on that. It sounds a little bit bizarre. It says, by the way, the 2 new drops and
you fairy
are some of the best ever. Play them all day. Well, that's a plan.
You fairy.
Huh? It sounds like a plan to me. We could just back them up, side by each. Endless
You
loop.
fairy.
Let's work on it.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
You'll learn your trade, you idiot. Whoever told you that you could work with men? What you're hired for is to help us. Does that seem clear to you? To help us. To help men who are going out there to try to earn a living. You company man. You fairy.
In the 60s, it was the Twins. In the 70s, it was disco. In the 80s, it was MTV and cocaine. In the 90s, it was success. And now the latest craze sweeping the nation is mouth breathing.
What's on TV tonight? I like food. Did you see that new commercial on TV? It's good food. I like local TV news directors that are 24-year-old babes with pictures of their boyfriend on their desk. They know what hard-hitting grizzled news is.
It's 11:03 at QM. Time to pull the... Right. Anyway, we got 57 minutes, less than 57 minutes and counting till noon, until Judge Greer gives us the high sign. The high sign. Now, You know, do you realize there's no way in the world that he's going to say the DCF can take custody of her. Can you imagine the precedent that would set?
No, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, they're just going to come into your house and grab somebody. Oh, well, you're not taking good care of them. We're going to come in and grab them in the middle of the night, and we're going to take custody. The governor is going to have like this secret place somewhere. Like Sodom had all his secret palaces. Your governor is going to have all these secret mansions around the state, you know? And he's going to have all these people hooked up, of course, to a big cube. Maybe it's really a bong. 5670560, 56 minutes and counting. This is exciting. It's almost like the day Michael came in his pajamas. Remember that? Yeah. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, sir.
I'm one of the ones that cannot eat ice cream because they blow like a balloon.
Yeah.
So I have to have the TCBY, the white chocolate mousse.
Right.
That's really good for me. I cannot have the sneakers with pretzels and mustard on it. You know, I blew.
Well, maybe we'll feed it intravenously, like through a big
cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, but going back to that case of the lady with the tubes.
The lady with a tube.
The
lady with the
cube.
Right.
Yeah. If you're Christian and you believe in God, don't you believe that person is gone 15 years ago and you're supposed to be dead?
I don't know. I'm not Christian and I don't believe in God, so I couldn't tell you. So I'm assuming it's a rhetorical question. In other words, she's in heaven already. She's
exactly.
Up
You're gone 15 years ago.
She's long gone.
So you're against your religion because God is calling you. You're not there.
That's right. You better get with it. Get on your way, Terry. Good point. As far as that tube is concerned, all I can tell you is that this is absolute mass madness. And once again, you see, other people, this goes on every day. Every day in America and all over the world, there are people who die with dignity and want to, they have. See, the living will would have solved it.
Yeah. That's the number one for everybody.
But even people without living will, if they make their wishes known to a loved one, whatever, it goes on. And we don't have the cameras there. We don't have wacky people like Reverend Pat Mahoney running around. She's parched. Her lips are cracking. See, you know what? She's like our management. She has no feeling. You know what I'm saying? She has no feeling. So the fact that she's dying what appears to be a horrible, grotesque death and being starved to death, etc., it's a moot point because she's in a vegetative state, which means she has no senses, no feeling. She just exists. She has those involuntary blinks of the eye, but you'll notice, look over here. Here, you hold up the two fingers. Over here, and of course, she doesn't move. The only time you see any head movement is when they're moving her head around with her hand, like a rag doll. God. Bill in Fort Lauderdale says, oh, please. Oh, that's right. Bill's got a good point. Hank was right. According to the official Ben & Jerry's website, Cherry Garcia is the most popular flavor. You're insisting it isn't even in the top 5. What are you trying to say, Neil? Are you saying that the website is wrong 50% of the time? No, I'm saying that the people who voted on their website, their taste is in their tush, just like our audience. Okay?
Well, at least we're not imbeciles today.
What?
At least we're not imbeciles today.
But just relax. Bill in Fort Lauderdale makes a good point every now and then, 2 or 3 times a month, a year. In a twist likely to further complicate the prosecution's efforts to convict Michael Jackson, a former bodyguard expected to be a key witness against the pop star, is sitting in a Las Vegas jail, facing a slew of felony charges stemming from 4 armed robberies. A spokeswoman for the Clark County, Nevada District Attorney's Office confirmed that Christopher Eric Carter, 25, was indicted yesterday on 15 counts, including first-degree kidnapping, burglary, robbery, coercion, and possession of a firearm by an ex-felon. According to the indictment, Carter had been convicted in 2000 in Maryland on drug and escape charges 2 years before he went to work for Jackson. The victims in the kidnapping counts were targets of the robberies and were patrons inside businesses who were held against their will, according to the indictment. The serious felony charges are likely to damage the credibility of Carter, who's testified he witnessed Jackson and his teenage accuser drink alcohol together during an airplane flight. And he's still going to testify, by the way. That's what they're saying. In spite of all these other, you got to clear him of all these ridiculous charges. But he's still going to testify. Look at that. Only 6 votes separating fish food from vanilla. I mean, if you're sitting there wherever you are listening to this show right now, and you're contemplating your navel and wondering what's going on with the world and with our state and with the public in general, with America, what it's become, and you look at this, fish food, number 1, vanilla, only 6 votes behind.
Catching up quick.
WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil. I agree with your politics.
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Let me get you out speakerphone.
There you go, much better.
There we go.
Molto bene.
Well, I was trying to listen to something while I was waiting for you to pick up. A long time ago when you were talking about fish food.
Yes.
Oh, that is still the greatest. But the one thing that it used to do to me is, I don't know, man, it used to give me like a tremendous headache. I don't know, maybe it's the sugar or something in it.
Yeah, because it's so rich. That is correct. That is absolutely correct. You got a very good point. It's very, very rich.
It is very good, but it's very, very rich.
You can't eat the whole pint in like 2 minutes. You have to spread it out over like 10 minutes. Eat it very slowly.
Well, even a little bit. I mean, it feels like a high. Almost.
Yeah, that's correct. Sugar high. You bet.
Yeah, that's what
Nothing
it
like
is.
a sugar high. All these people wasting their time with drugs. Sugar high, a lot cheaper,
Yeah,
too.
just eat fish food. It's cheaper.
That's right.
All right, Neil. I'm going to go see if I can get the inserted.
Cube.
Say it right, Pally. Come on.
Cube.
You can do it. I guess I'm going to have to put that in my 360 here. And then there's always...
Applicator cube.
Yeah. And just in case you didn't like that...
Gay.
Fairy.
Gay.
Fairy.
Gay.
Fairy.
Gay.
You fairy.
Huh? Kind of little variation on the theme.
Cube.
5670560, your favorite ice cream. This is the last of this current series of shows on food, okay? All week long we did food. We've had a pretty good week here this week, right? Painless. A lot of free food. No ice cream, though, yet. Nobody's going to bring you ice cream. I just, it would have to be a listener. Or...
Yeah, why not?
And you'll notice nobody said Carvel, thank God. Right?
Right.
Well, that's because it says ice cream. Nobody said Dairy Queen. Oh, I'm really shocked that, like, Bastard Robbins hasn't gotten a mention. I mean, I'm sure they've got some of their exclusive flavors that other places don't. That would be a Bastard Robbins flavor. No mentions yet. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I was watching the entertainment Terry Schiavo show last couple of days, and Sean Hannity had the brother on there, and he was trying to make it out to be like that the ex-husband or the husband had caused all her injuries.
Right.
And
this is something they just invented in the last couple of days out of desperation.
Yeah. And Hannity loves it, and he's just pandering to him, and I agree with you. Now you get Randall Terry on MSNBC. It is unbelievable what you're watching.
Well, it's really something, the group that they've jumped into bed with. And meanwhile, I think the most telling poll was that one among Christian evangelicals, and it said like 4 out of 5, or whatever the percentage was, 3 out of 4, don't agree with this. Even they realize that this is totally it's unacceptable. This political pandering is going to blow up in their face.
Well, what's going to happen is when it's all said and done, that the Schindlers will start blaming the Republican Congress because it didn't get this done. So nobody wins, and
Well, the Democrats are so weak-kneed anyway that they're not going to, they could make political hay out of anything. So good luck to us.
Good luck to us.
Thanks, Pally.
See ya.
Well, there's one of the survivors from the shooting in Minnesota. Now, don't we need to analyze what was bothering that kid? Too many guns, baby. America, crazy people with guns. Everybody and their brother. The last 2-3 weeks now, mass shootings everywhere. Crazy punks, nut jobs with guns. If they would just read that The Purposeful Life, right?
You need to stop listening to Marilyn Manson and read the Bible.
That's it. Stop it in video games and Marilyn Manson. Read the Bible and cut the crap with that and read that Purposeful Life. What's not to like? Couldn't hurt. Because the guy that's peddling that, he needs some more cash. 82-74. Ben & Jerry's Fish Food is clinging to a slim lead over Vanilla. This is one of the tight elections we've ever had. Very, very close. If Vanilla wins, it's going to be. I think I'll take tomorrow off. Tomorrow is Good Friday, by the way. Happy Easter to you. Hope you roll all your eggs in the right place. Happy Easter. How can you say Happy Easter? It's a little. I mean, you do say that, but it's.
Yeah.
Happy Crucifixion. Do you say that?
Merry Easter.
Not good. 11:13 at 560 WQAM. I'm sure by now you ought to be familiar with our main man, Anthony Caliendo at Acceptance Capital Mortgage. Don't forget, before you call any other mortgage company, let the main man tell you what you don't know. Most banks only work with 3 different mortgage products, and if your credit is less than absolutely perfect...
Absolutely.
Get ready to hear this. The most famous 2-letter word in the English language is what you're going to hear.
No.
N-O. If you're not working with the right lender, the chances for getting approved are fitty-fitty at best. So do yourself a favor. Call now 1-888-483-LOAN and get the deal you're looking for. That's 1-888-483-LOAN, and let the main man in this team put you in a mortgage that meets your needs. Avoid going to the wrong lender or maybe being turned down because you called the wrong number. Call the main man at Acceptance Capital Mortgage today, 1-888-483-LOAN. What Josh and Miguel did yesterday, 888-483-LOAN. And every time they close the loan, a portion is donated to kids in distress. Why would you want to call anybody else? Avoid the bait and switch. Get the deed you want. Call the main man, Anthony Caliendo, today at 483-LOAN.
You're listening to Neil Rogers on 560 QAM.
He shot his wife in the head, now she's dead. He did it! Thought he got away, now Beretta will pay. He did it! Even I, with one eye, can see he did it. He did it! Robert Blake just admitted nowhere to run. You can't have Blake your pride. You did it! Dig. It's over, Beretta. The jig is up.
That's what you think. 11:18 at 560. Surprise! Thank goodness. The good news is fish food is hanging on tenaciously, man. It will not relent. 87. What has it got? Favorite ice cream flavor. 87 for fish food. Vanilla 75. Pulled into a 12-vote lead.
Oh!
All right. Chocolate 45. How sad. Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia 32. Now, see, Cherry Garcia is like, I mean, granted, it's got cherries in it, but so you see, vanilla, chocolate, and almost strawberry are like 2, 3, and 4, see? Like Neapolitan.
Right.
It's basically the public saying, well, you know, we got 80 million great flavors out there that are really fabulous, you know, but we're just fuddy-duddy. We're stuck in the past.
They like to keep it simple.
Yeah. Butter pecan has got...
About 30, man.
That's one of the very favorite among the dark-complected folks. Ben & Jerry's New York Super Fudge Chunk 29. Cookie Dough 27. Horrible. Rocky Road 25. Pistachio 19. Haagen-Dazs Dulce de Leche 17. It's like water. It's ice cream. And you know what it's like? Now, those of us fat people, all of us have done it. You know, you go out and you buy a half gallon, a big tub of ice cream, and you sit down with the intention of just having a little, you know, putting the rest back in the fridge. And you're just eating, and then you realize that if you don't do something rash immediately, you're going to eat the whole half gallon. And so you run into the kitchen, and you run it under the water, and then you throw it out. Huh? Because it renders it inedible. See?
No.
No, but you... And by the way, I'm doing all the wrong spots here because of the pressure of this thing coming up at noon. I'm just crumbling under the pressure. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You see what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
And you want to know why? Because not that I'm in a hurry to get out of here, but I was in the noon hour. So it certainly was the right spot for the first break in the noon hour. So I guess I'll have to make good the other dial mattress in the first break in the noon hour. See what I'm saying?
You got 12 o'clock in the head.
Yeah, that's right. The 12 o'clock is on my mind because it's a big deadline. To stick back the or not, that's the question. Even Shakespeare would be impressed by that. So anyway, I'll make that good. Of course, you don't care anyway because you're not paying any attention because you're, you still got a buzz on from all that food yesterday and the day before, those 6 steaks.
It was good.
Fish food 87, vanilla 76, chocolate 45, Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia 33, butter pecan 31, super fudge chunk 29, cookie. I just got through reading all these. Strawberry 15, coffee toffee crunch 11. Oh man, you've got to go with it. Coffee 9, Edie's chocolate peanut butter 8, Heath bar crunch 8. Breyer's Oreo 7, Rum Raisin 6, Nestle's Turtle has got 6. I'm pleased that some of you found it. Nice going. Cookies and Cream 5, Neapolitan 4, Caramel Sutra, Ben & Jerry's 3, Breyer's Score 3. That's the answer. That is the correct answer to the question. Ben & Jerry's Everything But the 2, Ben & Jerry's Half Baked 1, Publix Turtle 1, Starbucks Mud Pie 1, Ben & Jerry's Concession Obsession none, and Edie's Coney Island none. Do you think it's concession or is it confession obsession, I would think? And that sound more likely to you?
We could look it up.
What does that mean, concession obsession? We'll find out. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
One for the poll, strawberry cheesecake.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty interesting.
And one question?
Not that I like it, yes.
Do a poll that how many people are not going to call Jenny.
Okay, here's one right here.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks a lot, Pally. Call Jenny. Chocolate cake. She's squealing, that fat cow, Kirstie Alley, squealing through that spot with that giant purple tent that she's wearing.
In this case, they've accused the court order the court's order as an abuse against Terry and...
This is Michael Schiavo's attorney, by the way. We don't care about him. We want to hear from Judge, what's his name, Greer, right?
It is concession obsession, by the way.
Is it really?
It is.
Well, I don't like that name. You better call up Ben and Jerry and tell them to change the name. Confession obsession. I guess they didn't want to piss off the Catholics. But wouldn't that would be good, wouldn't it?
Sure.
In other words, it's so obscenely good that it's like that.
It would be a sin.
Of course, then they don't know where you're going to smear it. WQAM, hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Morning, whatever it is.
Whatever it is, I'm confused.
Cold Stone cake batter ice cream.
Cold Stone cake batter ice cream.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that sounds really intriguing to me. I hope I don't find it. Thanks a lot.
Hey, and wait a second. Did I hear you say that Nestle Turtle is available somewhere around South Florida?
Well, evidently, because it's got 6 votes on there, and unless they're from Canada or somewhere around. Somebody once called months ago and said that they found it somewhere, but you have to, search for it. It's really good. It's
If
great.
somebody knows, they need to let us know where.
Okay, thanks, pal.
Bye.
We got only 37 minutes until noon when we'll find out about the final resolution of that. Because I can't imagine if the judge says, no way, Jose, that I think they will have exhausted all of their appeals, all of their avenues, unless they just storm the place and go in there and start, smearing water all over her, you know? God. Well, why can't she just, like the husband says, let her die with dignity and peace. Leave her alone already. Stop with this three-ring circus. That's all the media knows. That's all America knows. Even Barnum and Bailey and Ringling Brothers are embarrassed. Everything's got to be a friggin' three-ring circus in the U.S., eh? God, enough already. Let's stick to important things like ice cream.
That's right.
WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
One of your lady listeners who listens every day, but I never get to call.
Okay.
Concession obsession is like concession stand in the movie theater. Like there's a concession stand, so it's all the junk food.
Oh, I see. Concessions. I got it, but it doesn't make sense.
Okay, but forget about all that. Doesn't even matter. Fish food doesn't even matter anymore.
Really?
Because of the new flavor.
What's that?
And once you find it, you'll hate me forever. Chocolate therapy from Ben and Jerry's. Okay. It is the deepest, darkest. Oh, it's chocolate.
Wow.
It's great. You'll love it.
Is it darker than Sidney Poitier?
He's
wow,
pretty
that's
light.
dark.
He's more like the coffee Heath Bar Crunch kind of
Really?
guy.
Oh.
No, it's dark and it's got cookie pieces in it and forget it. I don't know how long you'll have to put it in the microwave for, but they have all new flavors.
49
I don't know if they're
seconds
up around
for a
you,
pint.
but
49 seconds.
49 seconds.
Yeah,
Perfect.
trust me, Ben and Jerry's. Now, what is it again? Chocolate what? Therapy.
Chocolate therapy.
I'll need it. Thanks
you
a lot.
will need it.
Okay,
well,
thanks.
Thanks, Neil. Thanks, bye.
Take care, bye-bye. Chocolate therapy, how do you like that? 35 minutes and counting. Can you handle the pressure? Can I read a real quickie here?
Please
It's not real long. It's not real quick. President Bush's intervention for Terry Schiavo has opened old wounds in Texas, where death penalty opponents say his words of support for a culture of life ring hollow after so many executions during his time as governor of that state. Bush said he stepped into the Schiavo case because the U.S. should have a presumption in favor of life, but there were 152 executions in Texas during his administration, including 7 in which the convict's guilt was in doubt, critics said. It's hypocrisy at 1,000 levels, said University of Houston law professor and death penalty defense attorney David Dow. I saw many, many cases where there was substantial doubt about whether someone was guilty or whether the death penalty was the appropriate sentence, but he never said a word, said David Atwood, head of the Texas Coalition Against the Death Penalty. I really can't say that he cares about life. Well, we know about that. He already sacrificed over 1,500 young Americans in Iraq and thousands of Iraqis, not to mention the ones who are going to come back in a vegetative state, or at least close to it. Missing body parts, all of these things. But hey, America just, they roll over and play dead. Just stick that wherever it makes you happy, and we'll have a smile on our puss. 26 after 11 at 560 WQM. The Emerald Coast is Florida's #1 Asian gourmet buffet, as rated by Zagat Restaurant Review. Speaking of great food. Now, every night you can enjoy Crab Fest featuring Alaskan snow crab legs, golden crab, Jonah stone crabs, and crab cakes. The menu, of course, still includes hot Dungeness crab, fresh oysters on a half shell, and a great sushi bar with over 30 different items. In addition, the Emerald Coast has hand-carved prime rib, and from their flaming grill, New York steaks cooked just the way you want them. Top off your dinner with dessert at the unbelievable 40-inch chocolate fountain, where you can hand-dip your own strawberries, marshmallows, and other decadent treats as well. Don't forget, the Emerald Coast promotes healthy living. No crap, no MSG, no cornstarch. They cook everything only with cholesterol-free canola oil. So book your reservations for this Easter Sunday at one of Emerald Coast's 3 locations, Sunrise, Sunny Isles Beach, and Pembroke Pines. Call 954-572-3822. 954-572-3822. Lots of imitators out there, but there's nothing even close to the Emerald Coast Chinese Buffet.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Lord even loves Neil Rogers.
Back in the day when someone done us wrong, we didn't take their crap. In Pearl Harbor, when the Japs dropped their bombs, we bombed them back. And now the Saudis, they hit us hard, and on our cars our little flags wave, as that Saudi-loving retard points the bombers the wrong way.
You fairy!
And I'm embarrassed to be an American where they follow Bush like sheep. The United States of arrogance, led by Bush and his family, breathing at this country. And the link towards the darkest days in our history. I don't want to be a Pax American in the USA. What's a few thousand innocent lives? Stop living in the past. If you want that SUV to drive, you're gonna need more gas. It's the greatest country in the world. They train us to believe. And anyone who says that, obviously, can't afford to leave.
Absolutely.
And I'm embarrassed to be an American where we patriotically wave a flag in one hand with our head in the sand and blindly follow the powers that be. Apathetic. Watching state-run news on a 65-inch screen. Scratch your part, everything's okay in the USA.
It's 11:33, 27 on noon. 27 minutes. Are you counting down the seconds? You got the ticker going? Great. At noon, we'll find out the latest and maybe the last, thank goodness, about the
Cube.
Right. Jeez.
The last.
Yeah. Well, they got nothing else they can do short of going in there and, dragging her out.
I mean, you know they'll be talking about this for the next...
I was going to say dragging her out, kicking and screaming, but I don't think they'll get that response. Speaking of all of this, Republicans Gone Wild. This is a good article. It's not real long, from BuzzFlash by P.M. Carpenter, PM in the AM. There's nothing like a good PM in the AM. There is now no better or more accurate way to say it. The Republican Party has gone absolutely, certifiably, sycophantically nuts. It went officially bananas upon declaring in the small hours of Monday morning a national emergency in the sad yet exhaustively adjudicated case of Terry Schiavo. That much was obvious when the party chucked its last vestiges of states' rights principles and respect for separation of powers into the anything for the religious right pot of electoral gold. Republicans' blatant whoring at the altar of slaughtered ideals and political opportunism was so conspicuous as to make its examination here only tiresomely redundant, so let's not bother. What we should bother ourselves with, however, is the truly bothersome and it seems growing emotional instability of these congressional Republicans, which any rational onlooker might characterize as this. Folks on the verge, thus we are on the verge, given that they were in charge, of a political nervous breakdown, the result of too much heady success from too much groveling to too many narrow interests. The stress of so much power coupled with insatiable ambition is showing. One of their own, Representative Donald Manzullo of Illinois, inched close to party self-diagnosis when he opined, I've been here 13 years and I've never seen anything like this before. And that's coming from a man who's lived through the manufactured government shutdown hysteria, the manufactured impeachment hysteria, the manufactured Iraq hysteria, and all the other manufactured hysterias to which we as a nation have been subjected since the grand old party began its studied reascendancy. And looking back, one can see that its ascendancy was in no small part due to its study of orchestrated hysteria. The skies have regularly fallen, and democracy put at grave risk because Hillary misplaced a file, or Bill got his jollies, or John tossed a medal, or the you-know-who elite band Christmas, or you take your pick. You can set your watch by the GOP barraging us with some newly revealed outrageous liberal escapade, each and every one manufactured to distract from the less than publishable goal of unfettered political power. Or not to notice as the ruling party deepens a grotesquely mounting national debt in its pursuit of assassinating social programs, or as it finances a class warfare and plutocracy to sustain a graft-driven political machine, or promotes the fantasy of a democratically reforming Middle East to justify a fraudulent invasion. To notice is only to buy into the vast liberal media's propagandist ways. We are, however, expected to salute when the ruling party, positively dripping with selflessness, snaps into action over an exceedingly personal, private, and local legal matter. We're expected to salute because the scam has worked for the charlatans so many times before, but this time the great majority of Americans, 70% according to an ABC News poll, noticed what was not intended to be noticed, the naked hypocrisy, the sheer opportunism, the downright shabby spectacle of it all. The scene from Sunday night, Monday morning's House floor debate, was reminiscent of Frederick March as Matthew Harrison Brady, William Jennings Bryan on the witness stand in Inherit the Wind. A bunch of imbecilic blowhards puffing with feigned moralistic fervor, all of it devoted to buying favoritism on the cheap with torch-burning zealots. The only difference was Matthew Harrison Brady actually believed in what he was selling. Just to balance out the farce with drama as Barney Frank as Henry Drummond, Clarence Darrow asking in effect as Henry Drummond did, "What, are you guys nuts?" Yep. Notwithstanding the satisfaction that comes from seeing reprobates get what they deserve in the form of a disapproving public, is there not something almost sad about watching today's GOP, a party with a long and noble tradition, make such a fool of itself? No, not after what it's put us through, he writes. We're waiting, man. Supreme Court said no to the cube, and now we're waiting another 22 and a half minutes. Not that we're counting seconds or anything like that, for Judge Greer over there in the West Coast to decide to insert or not to insert, to let DCF just spirit her out of there. I think the governor ought to take her home. He could probably have a pretty good conversation with her, you know, and I think she's on his level at this stage. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Man. But it's very comforting to see that he and his friends in the House, though, in the State House, have had time from all of this tube watching, to take care of business and try to, get the Class 2 slots in there, which is not what you people voted on. But, hey, he never wants you to get what you voted on. Student class size, he's got his devious plans, and the same with this. You don't have a governor in Florida. You got a dictator is what you got, a lunatic. Just like this article I just read. You got they've gone stark raving nuts. Crazy. And the media reports it very dutifully and this is the way it's supposed to be and there are all these very serious issues. Yeah, right. Let's get back to important things like ice cream.
Let's do it.
Fish food's hanging on by 13, baby. I'm just afraid that once the show ends and once these other interlopers get on there, later in the day and overnight, that vanilla is going to go just like cream, rising to the top. Like the caller said before, it's like frozen milk. That's vanilla ice cream. It has virtually no taste. None.
It's vanilla.
And like I said, it has no taste. And the definitive proof of that is like the so-called soft serve that you get at the Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Or like at Carvel. You know, Carvel's got some. They got chocolate and they got strawberry and they got some interesting, well, not good, but interesting flavors down there. But like vanilla, does it have any taste whatsoever? No. And like I've told you for years, that's why McDonald's is number one, and vanilla, trust me when I tell you, will be number one, too.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Noel Bush with a moral message about the sin of gambling.
As you know, no one knows more about moral Christian values than my father. Your governor for life who knows what's best how he wants to run our lives. After smoking a peace pipe with super cheap tiger in the tank, he asked me to extol his wisdom upon you. Gambling is a sin, according to his version of the Bible. Unless, of course, it's in a sprawling casino that takes up half of Hollywood. Then it's okay. So on behalf of my Holy Father, this is Noel Bush saying, thank you, old Cubans.
You fairy. 16 till noon. Maybe that's why Jeb relates so much to Terry, you think? Maybe Noel's got something to do with it?
Could be.
Yeah. Sasha Shafkin writes, commondreams.org, I'm asking the Theacons, Miguel's going to have a nervous breakdown because there's no ice cream that came in, so we can't eat. Did you get Howie's today at least?
No, I'm going to get something, though.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to get something, all right. Well, what does that mean?
I just haven't gotten anything yet.
You're going to impose on Brad again to bring in Tony's? I mean, I'm sure he would.
He would.
Since you said that was as good as it gets. I agree with that. His stuff is really Outstanding.
Yes, it is.
Unmasking the Theocons, Sasha writes, the intrusion of America's leading Republican politicians into the tragic dilemma facing Terry Schiavo and her family speaks volumes about how deeply they've become beholden to the religious right. Brushing aside time-honored advocacy for limited government and state sovereignty at the behest of a crass internal memo advertising a great political issue that the pro-life base will be excited about, congressional Republicans and President Bush instead used the moment to play Christian conservatives their most dramatic homage to date. The foremost political players in this drama, President Bush, Tom DeLay, and Bill Frist, bring a pungent mix of raw ambition, blatant agendas, and inconsistencies on the issues in a question that taint their flowery pieties with a distinctly fishy odor. Down in the trenches, besides lawyers from the Family Research Council and American Center for Law and Justice, founded by James Dobson and Pat Robertson, respectively, with moral support from Dobson, Jerry Falwell, and Burke Balk of the National Right to Life Foundation, Republican leaders are bringing a new face to their party that progressives should be itching to unmask. Indeed, the grubby spectacle of House Majority Leader Tom DeLay trying to resurrect his reputation by force-feeding a woman who has been vegetative for 15 years has had the opposite effect of the intended effect on most Americans. An ABC poll on Monday found not only that 70% of those surveyed nationwide found Congress's involvement inappropriate, but that by a margin of 67 to 19%, they believe that the politicians trying to keep her alive were motivated more by political advantage than concern for her. Among Catholics, support for removing Schiavo's feeding tube stood at 63 to 26%. That's for removing. Among conservatives, 54 to 40, and even among evangelicals, 46 to 44. In granting standing in federal court to any parent of Teresa Marie Schiavo, as provided in the remarkable new law passed last weekend, DeLay, Frist, and the president were acting on behalf of a minority within a minority of even their supporters. The face of the Theocon power brokers the notion that hold the Republican Party in such thrall has up to the present been carefully shielded from the spotlight. At their New York City convention last fall, Republicans offered their primetime podium to a series of social moderates such as Arnold Schwarzenegger, Rudy Giuliani, and John McCain, who once referred to the religious right as forces of evil, while persuading the Theocons to take a temporary back seat. Since Bush's re-election, they've openly been claiming their dues. When Arlen Specter questioned the prospects of an anti-Roe Supreme Court nominee, a furious campaign led by James Dobson nearly cost him the chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee. Dobson settled for Specter's humiliating public pledge to support Bush's judges, boasting that the senator would be taking his new position on a very short leash. In a letter to supporters several weeks later, Dobson threatened to put 6 Democratic senators in the bullseye in a battle of enormous proportions from sea to shining sea if they block conservative appointments to the Supreme Court. For all their moral clarity, the hardball players of the Republican Theocon wing have often been embroiled in ethical controversy. While Tom DeLay's fundraising scams and abuses of power are widely known, ties between Bill Frist's financial and family interest in the HCA hospital chain and medical malpractice and tort reform legislation he's championed have mostly slipped under the radar. Ralph Reed, the former director of the Christian Coalition and in control of Bush's 2004 campaign in the Southeast, was denounced Tuesday by the conservative columnist David Brooks for accepting $4 million from casino-rich Indian tribes to finance a campaign against gambling. The ascendancy of the Theocons is already causing fault lines to emerge within the Republican Party. The Republican Party of Lincoln has become a party of theocracy, lamented Connecticut moderate Chris Shays. Progressives should not allow the Republican leadership to hide behind fuzzy, pull-tested phrases about a culture of life or the wonder-working power of prayer. They should be forced to again and again choose between the Theocon power brokers and the rest of the American public. Senator Frisch should be forced to explain just how AIDS can be transmitted through saliva or tears, which he refuses to admit is not possible. President Bush should be asked over and over just when he converted between signing a 1999 bill allowing Texas hospitals to pull the plug and the present. As the Schiavo case drags on, progressives should even have enough faith in the good sense of the American people to take a principled stand. Even with minorities in both houses of Congress, Democrats can force Republicans to kowtow a few more times to the people who stay up at night protecting our children from SpongeBob SquarePants and Tinky Winky the Teletubby. Americans do not appreciate the sordid spectacle being played in our Congress and our courts, and they'll appreciate even less the unmasked faces of those behind it. Nice going, Sasha. We got 10 minutes to go until Cube time. That's right. If you've heard of tea time, this is the T stands for Cube. That's what it stands for. Time. What is it? Tube time. That's right. 5670560, pound 560. I mean, get it over with already and stop this dog and pony show. It's disgusting. It's obnoxious. And the media is always are there. It's a feeding frenzy. They're going just as crazy as the right-wingers, man. They're foaming at the mouth. Here's Pat Mahoney. Here's this one. Here's that one. Here's Bill Frist again. What kind of a name is that anyway, Bill Fist? Huh? Thank the Lord. There's some good news tonight.
Oh, God.
Fish food has pulled 14 votes ahead of vanilla. See, at least this audience, at least we got some people out there with a little bit of taste, whose taste buds are still functioning. I understand that when you live in Florida for a period of time, it's very difficult, to taste anything, to feel anything. Kind of like Terry. She should be she should be the poster child for the whole state. We're numb. WQAM, hello.
Neil, how are you doing, sir?
Pretty good, Pally.
It was God's will in the first place for her to slip into the coma.
Was it?
I say that, yes. Second of all, take the tube, put it on eBay, in 9 minutes it'll go on eBay.
Right afternoon, not a bad idea, baby. Anybody want that on eBay? I mean, if the judge says no way, Jose, we got to do something with it. 8 minutes and a half and counting. Oh, this is exciting. There's Mrs. Rush Limbaugh.
And then, once again, go ahead and reorder the reinsertion of that.
Cube.
We're keeping our eyes on that story. That decision was expected before noon today. As soon as there is a decision...
Oh, God. It is, like I said, like a circus. Everything is a circus. I was never big on the circus. They got that smell, that elephant smell. Ooh. Circus. Like those shows we did. Now, forget about Circus. Those shows we did at the... George would remember. Oh, the flea market, the swap shop. Oh, boy.
Did shows at the swap shop?
We did shows on the swap shop, on the stage, and they had the elephants right there in front of us and all that sawdust, and the elephant ring. And, of course, you know what's in the sawdust, which I can't mention on the air, but, ooh, man. Somebody took a dump in here is all I'm thinking. Somebody took a nasty... Anyway, look at this. Now, how are we going to do this? I think we ought to take the break a little bit early, you know it?
Oh, for 12 o'clock?
Well, because you know that they're going to we might need a drum roll and the whole deal.
Yeah, we can't miss this.
This is almost as good as Michael walking into court in his PJs the other day.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively. QAM.
Frau Iliana Ross-Leitman, and I like scrubbing my smelly gorilla ass with soap made from jewels and listening to the Neil Roque Comunista Hour.
If anybody has opinion dissenting from our way, we'll place your name into the system as enemy of the state. Don't even bother to question, just follow and obey. Everybody's turning fascist USA. In the act of patriotism, we're watching all of you. Everyone's under suspicion, so that's what you do. They've got information on all you mindless fools in Bush Fatherland Nation, fascist USA. You gotta hate those Jews and Clinton liberals too. Believe everything we tell you on the state-run news. Blood war for corporate, fill up your Escalade. A roving Cheney Bush venue, fascist USA. We don't mind to see our jobs go, that economy's good. We're fascinated by J-Lo. Don't read no stupid books. All now are embracing the Pax American way. Everybody's turning fascist. Fascist USA.
I'm dying over here. It's 11:58. Happy Thursday to you. Welcome to it. We got Curtis for what's his name? For Mo Howard David at 2, Mad Dog at 4. 6:50 Marlon's on deck. Marlon's exhibitionist with Houston and Kissimmee 7:05. Eddie K. plunging his guts out 10 o'clock tonight, or right after the ball game. Yeah, that's it. Get that thing going, baby. Although CNN went into a commercial break, so, obviously. Well, it's not noon yet. That's why I took the break early, because I know that everybody out there is real whipped up about that. Yeah. I mean, this thing's been going on for 15 years, and all of a sudden, with all the other real issues going on in the world, with people paying $80 a gallon for gas, with people that can't afford their medicines, or trying to decide whether to have lunch today or take their pills, whatever. And in the meantime, we're worried about Terry because Governor Fatass tells us, and because El Presidente tells us, and because Bill Frist tells us, and Tom DeLay says, well, this is sure a lot better than any more hearings about my illegal activities, et cetera, and so on. And even, let me say it again, even the fundamentalists don't agree. A strong majority disagree with this crap of the government sticking their nose. But I have a feeling. There's Carol Lynn.
Thank you so much for joining us. Wolf is on assignment to the
We don't care about Wolf. Screw Wolf, that Nazi bastard.
Right now, unfolding this hour, news from CNN. The Supreme Court refuses to get involved in the Terry Schiavo case.
Yeah, we know that.
Any minute now, though, a Florida judge also plans to weigh in. So we have correspondents covering all the angles. And living a tragedy, young survivors of that twin massacre.
We don't care about them. That's small potatoes, okay? Just another shooter. We don't care about that. There's only 14 dead people over there, okay? What's that got to do with Terry and her,
cube?
Right. Let's get to the important stuff, honey. Cut the crap.
First, I've got some headlines to share with you. A major revolt in another republic.
Yeah, Kurdistan. Anybody know where Kurdistan is on the map? No, we don't care. They're revolting anyway.
To safety after demonstrators entered his compound.
Don't you read those Kurds are revolting?
Opposition leaders are looking to form a government while protesters insist the latest election was a fraud.
See, this is what frosts my ass. You know, if the judge says he's going to... No, seriously. I understand on those press conferences, and they show the microphones and the reporters getting impatient. Is there a press conference that has ever been held on time in the history of mankind? No. Every press conference, it's well, there's the 8,000 microphones, and there's the podium, and we're waiting. You know, it's like some kind of a game they play, you know, as if their watch don't work. But it would seem to me that a judge... Oh, and look at that. Look who's back.
Official received more than $60,000 from the state of Georgia and law enforcement agencies.
No, wait till a book and a miniseries and a movie comes out, the screenplay. Just wait.
You go, girl.
And then she's probably going to, co-author a book with that faker with that power of positive, negative, whatever. Oh, God. When you get with it, the audience they're on the edge of their seats.
This is where we stand on the Terry Schiavo.
We know where we stand. You're not standing there where you're sitting down, honey. So am I. Cut the crap.
State judge in Florida on the last legal option, perhaps, for Terry Schiavo's parents and their supporters.
He's the judge.
Standing by in Washington, outside the U.S. Supreme Court. Bob Franken.
Now, why do we care about the U.S. Supreme Court? They already turned it down. Why talk about rehashing, huh?
Well, they're just going to keep reminding
milk it. Yeah. They're milking it? Dulce de leche, baby.
The last-minute developments. The judge here, Judge George Greer, has just made several decisions. The most important one is he has continued his denial of the state's efforts to try and take custody of Terry Schiavo. In other words, he continues to deny the ability to take custody. This is one where the agents of the state agency were close by, but never made their move because of court action. That action remains in place. Secondly, he denied a petition that would allow access to probate records in which there were charges, very flimsy charges according to many critics, of abuse on the part of Michael Schiavo and Terry Schiavo before she died. And lastly, he left one evidentiary hearing to go, and that is the one where the neurologist, Dr. Cheshire, who was cited by Governor Bush yesterday, his analysis of Terry Schiavo's condition will be considered by the judge. Now, Dr. Cheshire is one who says that she is not in a persistent vegetative state, but she is in something less. That is evidence that would be provided that might be used if it was successful.
And this, by the way, is the doctor never examined her.
Reinserting the feeding tube. But he has come under quite a bit of criticism, Dr. Cheshire. One, because he only had a cursory examination of Terry Schiavo, and two, many are pointing out that he has had a long association with the so-called right to life movement. Most legal options seem to beginning to run out. As far as the family is concerned, the most devastating to them, the Supreme Court denial of...
So, in other words, this still ain't over. It'll never be over. Even when they put it in a box. Huh?
It's the never-ending story.
Oh, God, I'm just worn out. I feel like I want to just lay down on the floor and just scream
you fairy
over and over again. Okay, let's get some more ice cream on here. Let's get some more of these fantastic calls, and let's stop dilly-dallying. Let's not get sidetracked by this madness. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. We've been food-intensive this week. Monday we did, what, steaks? No. What did we do on Monday? Italian,
yeah.
Italiano.
Italian steaks pizza.
Tuesday we did steaks. Yesterday we did the best pizza in the state, and today we're doing the best ice cream, period. Not just in the state, but anywheres. Best ice cream, your favorite. Oh, there's Pat Mahoney again.
Constitutional.
Oh, boy. Maybe he can elope with Mr. Ego, okay, and they can just have a great life together. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good, Pally.
Good. As an atheist Democrat, I've done my part, as you always ask us to, try to promote the wisdom to the youth of America. I did a little experiment, and I sent 60 pictures out to 60 different high school principals in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
And in this picture, right, I got a picture. George Bush Sr., right, and it says prevent teen pregnancy, right, be responsible. This could happen to you. And I got a picture of Jeb and Bush Jr., you know, on the bottom of it. And, you know, not one of those principals ever wrote me a letter back yet.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm trying to teach them, like, you know, to help prevent teenage pregnancy.
Well, you keep trying, man. You keep working at it, okay? And don't call me again. WQAM, hello.
Neil God.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I get a way you can befuddle these vanilla ice cream voters.
Yes.
Put I hate all ice cream on the poll, and then they won't know what to do.
Yeah, there probably is a small percentage of people that aren't ice cream people. That's a good idea.
And you know, aren't we at war? I mean, we're talking about jocks and vegetables and.
Hey, you better get your priorities straightened out, mister. You better keep your eye on the
cube.
They used to say keep your eye on the ball. Now it's keep your eye on the
cube.
Right.
And in closing, Hammer, you're wrong. Deal with it.
No, that thing is wrong 50% of the time. He was, if you missed yesterday morning, that was a great performance. The Humper just was emoting on. It's a good thing he got that little side trip to the Bahamas for a couple of days to get him to calm down.
Yeah, that definitely calmed him down.
They sounded very mellow over there. He's plunging his guts on everything that moves. You know, is an oak tree? Which leaf is going to hit the ground first? That's it. They're having a wonderful time. And the Beast was playing quarters Wheel of Fortune. What a pansy, man. Hey, Beast.
You fairy.
Silly person.
Maybe he'll get lucky, too, over there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Josh wants to tell us about how lucky he got in the Bahamas several times, in the same day, as a matter of fact.
I don't know.
Quite frankly, I'm really not interested. I mean, you know, maybe that comes as a great shock to you. I'm not really all that interested in other people's peccadillos. I just no interest in me. Okay? Are you disappointed?
Not really.
I mean, Hank is very concerned about it, which I would be concerned about that, but I'm not concerned about it at all. Favorite ice cream, Ben & Jerry's Fish Food, 107. Hallelujah. There is a God, and he is...
Neil God!
Can you imagine how many more votes it would have had if those people that I turned on to Fish Food wouldn't have croaked already? Sorry, I apologize. Vanilla 91. Way down to chocolate 50. Oh, so boring. Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia 42. And you know something? I hate to tell you this, but of all the Ben & Jerry's flavors, that one... Oh, you know what it is? Because they also make a frozen yogurt. Do you ever get the frozen yogurt instead of the ice cream?
Yeah.
The frozen yogurt, when you pop it in the microwave and you nuke it a little bit, it tends to be a little on the watery side. Ooh, not good.
Well, that happens
anyway,
when you nuke things. Yeah, I think that happens when you nuke it. Like, what?
Have you ever nuked fish food?
No. You never nuked
for
ice cream.
48 seconds?
I don't nuke ice cream.
Well, you're an idiot. That's the way to enjoy it, okay? That's why you can't eat gallons of it at a time like I can. You nuke it, man. It gets just to that right creamy consistency, and it just goes down so great. And I guarantee you right now, fish food never gets watery, okay? Real great ice cream does not get watery. And you want to know why? Because it doesn't have a high water content. Anyway, unlike Haagen-Dazs, which is swill. Butter Pecan, 37. Ben & Jerry's New York Super Fudge Chug, 33. Cookie Dough, 33. Oh, this is Rocky Road, 31. Pistachio, 23. Strawberry, 17. Put one on there. I hate ice cream, please.
Okay.
Haagen-Dazs Dulce de Leche, 17. Watery. Your eyes will... Heath Bar Crunch, 13. Rum Raisin, 13. Coffee, 12. Yeah. Well, Ben & Jerry and Haagen-Dazs also makes just a plain coffee ice cream, as opposed to Starbucks that makes 87 different flavors of coffee, and nobody so far other than one even cares about them. Ben & Jerry's Coffee Toffee Crunch. Now, there is an ice cream. That's got 12. And you know something? That one won't get watery unless you nuke it too long, which you ought to be shot if you do that. No, it will not get watery. Well, have you ever had Ben & Jerry's Coffee Toffee Crunch?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
And what about you?
No.
I have such an utter feeling of helplessness and dismay and despair, you know? I'm talking about ice cream with a couple of novices, a couple of beginners.
It's ice cream.
Oh.
We don't have enough time in our day to be trying all these different kinds of ice cream.
You're full of crap. Cookies and cream, 11. Yeah, you guys really have no time in your day. Give me a break while you're busy chasing Josh's mother around the hallway there. I heard about it. Shame on you. Edie's Chocolate Peanut Butter, 9. Breyer's Oreo, 9. By the way, it's a nice scam she's got there. She's on the payroll. She don't do nothing. Cold Stone Cake Batter Ice Cream, 7. You know something? That sounds so disgustingly good. I don't know. I mean, my blood sugar probably just went up 50 points. Doesn't that sound really good?
Yes, it does.
I don't know if it is, but boy, that sounds, as opposed to cookie dough. You know, cookie dough doesn't even sound good, does it? Oh, man, it sounds nasty. You know what it's like? It's like, now, you know the cookies that you buy frozen, the frozen thing, you slice them and you put them on the pan, you put them in the oven?
Yeah, cookie dough.
Right. Well, that's what I'm talking about. It's like eating that raw before you put it in the oven.
Right. It's like a kid's ice cream, because I used to eat cookie dough as a kid, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Fat. Nestle's Turtle 7. Nice going, eh? Ben & Jerry's Half Baked 5. Ben & Jerry's, what is it? Caramel Sutra 5. I just don't like the way it's spelled there. Neapolitan 5. Starbucks Mud Pie 4. Briar Score 4. 4 Score. Oh, you get that. And I'm telling you, the best is the Eskimo pies with Score ice cream. Ben & Jerry's Everything But the 3. See, I guess it's supposed to be like Everything But the Kitchen Sink. You follow that? Whatever. But they didn't have room on the label. 3. Ben & Jerry's Chocolate Therapy 1. Strawberry Cheesecake 1. Publix Turtle 1. I Hate Ice Cream just went on there. Ben & Jerry's Concession Obsession don't have any. And Edie's Coney Island none. Not a lot of votes for Edie's Ice Cream today, you know? They used to bring us Edie's all the time, but quite frankly, yeah. WQAM, hello.
Neil God.
Yes, sir.
I know it's kind of similar to the butter pecan, but pralines and cream from...
Oh, don't knock that short. I love pralines and cream. Oh,
terrific.
Man.
Also, while George is gone, I'm really enjoying you taking these boys to school. It's pretty entertaining.
Talk about a couple of greenhorns, man. It's really something.
Well, be it Vegas or be it Nukin ice cream. Oh, and by the way, I was sitting in the car waiting to go into the gym listening to you talk about putting ice cream under the hot water. And, you know, it just makes you feel like a little bit good after being such a pig.
Yeah,
keep it up.
You've done it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
There you go. Well, congratulations, Pally. I'll see you down under. 6 feet under. Have a great day. Yeah, we're pigs. We're going to die from it, but in the meantime, at least we can relate. See, I tell these stories, and you guys think, oh, man, what a cow. Yeah, that's right. But, hey, look, I mean, that's me. I can't help it. I'm addicted to sugar. I'm addicted to candy and ice cream. That's it, ice cream and candy. I used to be addicted to pasta and ice cream, but I can't eat the pasta because it sends my blood sugar soaring. And as much as I love pasta, and I really do, I pretty much save my trips to Italy for the pasta binges. But ice cream, now that's a whole different story.
Now, could you eat pasta if you cut down on ice cream?
Of course not. What did I just get through saying to you? Pasta gets me... my blood sugar just soaring. Let me say it again, like I tried to tell you yesterday. When you're going to be fat and diabetic, which you will be if you don't cut the crap, you cannot eat pasta. Can you imagine not being able to enjoy pasta, pizza, ice cream, candy, cookies, cake, all of these things, huh? And then after you do enough of this bad stuff to yourself, they start feeding it through a... That's right. And I got news for you. None of us are going to get the governor intervening on our behalf. I guarantee you can bet your life on that. Not that fat ass, hard ass.
Well, he won't be around.
You know something? I dislike him. See, the brother, as dangerous as he is because he's got his finger on the button and because he's what he is, but the brother can't help it. You know, that's what he is. But the fat-ass governor, I just despise him 1,000 times worse than even his brother, than any of them. And keep in mind that your fat-ass governor is a member of PNAC, the Project for New American Century, which even though he tries to put on his goody-two-shoes face to the public, he is really extraordinarily dangerous, devious, and dangerous, as opposed to his brother, who is dumb, devious, and dangerous, and he's got some devious plans. 12:14 at 560 WQAM. Hey, after all of this time, there's still some of you out there a little bit nervous about buying a mattress over the phone. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, the number for Dial-A-Mattress, you'll find out they got the most liberal exchange policy, so there's no risk. Did you know that 1-800-MATTRESS has got more repeat customers than anybody else going? So once you try it, you'll never, ever go back to a showroom again. You'll get no nonsense, no runarounds, no showroom shenanigans, no rip-offs, just the best factory direct prices on the best brands you know and love. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you'll be calling the company ranked number one in customer satisfaction, and whatever brand you like, I'm talking about the top brands in the world, they have them all. Sealy, Serta, Simmons, King Coil, Tempur-Pedic, and Stearns, and Bananas Foster. And I don't care what Josh says, Bananas Foster is good stuff. You're full of it. And now Dial-A-Mattress offers no payments or interest till 2006. So call Dial-A-Mattress toll-free at 1-800-MATTRESS for all the details. Mo and George and Miguel and Fat Boy and, of course, yours truly for years. Satisfied Dial-A-Mattress customers, and I guarantee you will be too. Call 1-800-MATTRESS right now or log on to their website, mattress.com, for a stupendous night's sleep every night for months and years to come. 1-800-MATTRESS.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Suck it in and hold it.
Rumsfeld, do we have to give you a pink slip?
Abu Ghraib.
Are your days over because they made us for Iraqi strip? Rumsfeld, you still have to explain what they did. They thought it was funny to make a naked human pyramid. I think it's kind of wacky what they did to those Iraqis.
You fairy.
Now we're telling you just how we feel. We expect much better from our boys. They made the prisoners break up by putting them in makeup. So you want them to tell you again it's a bad way. Rumsfeld, we're so tired of watching these news clips. Rumsfeld, we might have to give you a pink slip. Rumsfeld, give you a pink slip.
Yes.
Rumsfeld, give you a pink slip.
You fairy.
20 past noon at 560 WQM. So the Judge Greer says, DCF, don't take her, don't touch her, get the hell out of there. You can't have custody of Terry. But this fake doctor, this right-to-life phony baloney doctor is going to come in and say, oh, well, she's minimally conscious and she's not really in a vegetative state, even though she's in Florida, and et cetera and so on. So that, it just never ends. There's always like one more piece to the puzzle, you know? It's like the stress and angst and trauma that goes on at QAM. It's the same thing. Every time you think, finally, nothing else can possibly happen. And it does. Although I will tell you this, everything's going really hunky-dory, peachy in Iraq. It's going, as Bob Schieffer would say, okie-dokie. The students had begun to lay out their picnic in the spring sunshine when the men attacked. There were dozens of them armed with guns, and they poured into the park. Ali al-Zawi, 21, the engineering student who organized the gathering in Basra, said, a picnic. I guess life in Iraq isn't a picnic. They started shouting at us that we were immoral, that we were meeting boys and girls together and playing music, and that was against Islam. They began shooting in the air, and people screamed. Then, with one order, they began beating us with their sticks and rifle butts. 2 students were said to have been killed. Well, that'll teach them to have a picnic, right? Standing over them as the blows rained down was the man who gave the order, dressed in dark clerical garb and wearing a black turban. Ali recognized him immediately as a follower of Muqtada al-Sadr, the radical Shia cleric. Ali realized then that the armed men were members of al-Sadr's Mehdi army, a private militia that fought American forces last year and is now enforcing its own firebrand version of Islam. The picnic had run foul of the Islamist powers that increasingly hold sway in the fly-blown southern city, where religious militias rule the streets, forcing women to don the veil and closing down shops that sell alcohol or music. In the election in January, the battle between secular and religious forces in Basra came down to the ballot box. The main Shia alliance triumphed with 70% of the province's vote, most of the rest going to a secular rival. That victory has brought to a head the issue of whether Iraq's new constitution will adopt Islamic law or Sharia, as most religious Shia leaders desire. In Basra, however, Islamic militias already are beginning to apply their own version of that law without authority from above or any challenge from the police. Students say that there was nothing spontaneous about the attack. Police were guarding the picnic in the park, as is customary at any large public gathering, but allowed the armed men in without any resistance. One brought a video camera to record the sinful spectacle of the picnic, footage of which was later released to the public as a warning to others. It showed images of one girl struggling as a gunman ripped her blouse off, leaving her half naked. We'll send these pictures to your parents so they can see how you were dancing naked with men, a gunman told her. 2 students who went to her aid were shot, one in the leg and the other twice in the stomach. The latter was said to have died of his injuries. Fellow students say that the girl later committed suicide. Another girl who was severely beaten around the head lost her sight. But other than that, things are going hunky-dory in Iraq, baby. Everything's going great. All right. It's worth it, you know it?
Oh, yeah.
It's well worth it. I'm really disappointed. I'm bummed out about this poll today. I thought this, I've been holding this one off as kind of the last in this group of polls on food. And I thought this would be the frosting on the cake. This would be exciting because there's so many really fabulous, bizarre. Years ago it was vanilla, chocolate, butter pecan, strawberry, Neapolitan. That was it. That was ice cream. Many, many moons ago, back in the day. But now, like when you go into the supermarket, there's 80 zillion kinds of ice cream in the freezer, right?
There is.
Or like when you go to Bastard Robbins, or you go to like a really good ice cream joint, which they are. And they got like tubs and all these neat and spiffy and fantastic and wild and great tasting flavors that do a Kazatsky on your taste buds. What? I'm telling you. Jesus. I mean,
not
look,
everybody enjoys ice cream like you do.
Well, why not? What the hell's wrong with you?
Don't eat lasagna, that's why.
I love lasagna. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
All right.
Good. Listen, I'm like you. I'm really just getting tired of hearing about this. I live on the West Coast. I live like 10 miles away from my parents' house. And just the other day, my wife didn't believe me. We drove over there, and what makes me more sick about the whole thing is the score of people that are lined up outside these people's houses with candles and singing all night long. I mean, if I was a neighbor, I would probably be shooting. I mean, but there's like 10 cops out there, making sure no disturbances happen. I mean, I just can't believe the line of people that are so...
Shoot them in the leg.
Yeah.
They're psychotic, dude. They're sitting out there singing Jesus songs all night long, and they got their kids out there. Kids don't need to be involved in this kind of stuff. I pity us in this state, man. I really do. I moved from Fort Lauderdale over to the West Coast to get away from sick, crazy people, and now they're all coming over here. I mean, I'm sorry, man. It's getting crazy, bro.
Good luck to you, Pally. I'll pray for you. Okay. I'll sing a song and I'll say a prayer for her. I'll light a candle, okay? Just like the Christophers used to do. I'll light a candle. It's better, what they used to have a slogan, it's better than cursing the darkness to light just one candle. Or you can light a candle and curse the darkness. How do you like that? Like that girl in Iraq. She's probably cursing the darkness now, I would think. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey, Neil, how you doing today?
Pretty good.
Hey, Neil, I punch my guts out over at Coconut Creek and Hard Rock once in a while. And do you really think that many people are going to actually go to the dog track that many more now, or highlight? I mean, just because of the slots? Do you think it's going to change the attendance that much?
Yes. Well, let me ask you this. If they didn't have gambling at the Hard Rock, how many people would be there?
Nobody.
Okay, thanks for answering your question. I mean, Josh would be there because he goes there to get drunk.
Right.
And cruise the joint, and maybe get lucky or not,
Definitely.
There you go. He likes, some of them little Indian princesses is what he likes. 567-0560.
You fairy.
Pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless lines. Yeah, no, nobody's going to come out. And see, again, people talking about what they don't know. But in this case, he does know. He already does know because obviously he's been out there. He's been to the engines. He sees that it's packed with people. If he took the gambling out, how many people would be there like all week?
About 30, man.
And they'd all be engines. Come on, get with it. Stop being... See, this is Florida. Negative. It ain't going to do any good. No, if your governor and the legislature have anything to do with it, it's going to... They're killing it before it even gets out of the water if they have their way. Now, thankfully, it looks like the state Senate might intercede there and prevent them from just butchering this whole thing up. I think if anybody deserves to be impeached besides his brother, the president, I think your fat-ass governor ought to be impeached. The class size amendment, this business that's going on right now, trying to overrule the courts, and then trying to subvert the will of the public on the slot referendum. This man has committed more impeachable offenses. He's a madman.
He's above the law. Come on.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And the people of the state of Florida, they look at, oh, Jeb, he never stole a freight train. Yeah, right. And he's got that lovely family, too. Crazy person. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Gentlemen.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil.
Yep.
How are you, sir?
Pretty good. What's going on?
Nothing much. You know who needs to be starved to death rather than Terry Schiavo? Christy Alley.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
At least she's still on this planet,
I'll tell you one thing, working a hell of a lot better than Jenny Craig.
Absolutely. You know that church and all that's in the studio? I think it's Josh.
Okay, 567-0560.
What did he say? What?
He said you're a hell of a guy. Pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular. He said there's a turd smell in the studio. Right. I was talking about the elephants and the swap shops. All of a sudden he decided that you're a real hell of a guy.
You turd.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Amy, how you doing, buddy?
All right, Pally.
All right, can I put 2 on the poll?
2 flavors. We haven't had a flavor since Lincoln was a baby. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got Ben & Jerry's Chubby Hubby.
Chubby Hubby. I've had that. Okay,
good one.
Yeah.
And how about Haagen-Dazs Brownie Batter?
Brownie Batter.
Yeah, it's real good, man.
I think only the brownie hounds are into that one. Okay, thanks a lot, Pally. Look how far past I am on the break now, see?
You're late, man.
The pressure is just mounting.
You're listening
all about that damn
Q.
That's what it is. Can't handle it.
On 560 QAM.
The League of Retarded Citizens will perform their rendition of Green Onions. Don't make fun. They worked very hard for this.
Twelve 34, 26 till 1 at WQAM. George will be here tomorrow.
Yep.
Now, you saw George at Treasure Island last night. How's the little fella doing?
He's doing just fine.
That's good. Anyway, they always say water seeks its own level. Donald Trump, Michael Jackson, slime balls. What do Wayne Newton, Celine Dion, and Michael Jackson have in common? Asked this story on AP. If Donald Trump and his partners have their way, they all will have a resident performing gig in Las Vegas on their resumes. Trump's Las Vegas partners have been courting Jackson to perform at the New Frontier Hotel and Casino, Us Weekly magazine be saying. New Frontier owner Phil Ruffin and partner Jack Wishna have reportedly spoken to representatives of Jackson about a long-term residency. Oh, he can bring all them little kids up there and drink that Jesus juice. How many months ago was it, Josh, that I read that story from the Inquirer about that villa he's got behind one of the casinos in Vegas? And he was bringing all the little kids in there with the Jesus juice in cans. Remember that?
Yes.
Months and months and months ago. Trump and Ruffin are partners in Trump International Hotel and Tower, which is being built behind the New Frontier. Everything I do is the best, and everything Phil Ruffin does is the best, and this would be no exception, the magazine quotes Trump as saying. Well, I think he's got a point. Michael Jackson is the best pedophile going. Jackson's spokeswoman, Raymond K. Bain, didn't immediately return a call from the AP for comment. There will be a morals clause in the contract, Wishna told us. He added that Jackson would draw more than the $80 million Celine Dion grossed in 2004. She continues to perform at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. Newton is touring the country. Jackson has in the past reportedly been interested in performing in Vegas. The singer is a frequent visitor to the city where his parents and sister LaToya live and where he has his own personal little villa. I think it's the Mirage, I do believe, if my memory is correct. His own personal little villa back there where he allegedly took the kids with their Jesus juice. Oh, yeah. And, of course, being Good Friday tomorrow, wouldn't it be a good day for some Jesus juice?
Oh, it would.
I do like Welch's grape juice. See, you can't have that either. You can't have fruit juice when you're diabetic. So it's pure sugar. Is there anybody who doesn't love Welch's grape juice? Real cold, chilled?
I like the white grape juice.
Yeah, that's good. But not like the grape juice. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. The good news is Fish Food seems to, at the moment, have, look at that, open up a nice 22-vote lead.
Oh!
Let's hear it. WQAM, hello.
Neil, how are you?
Pretty good.
Hey, listen, I don't know if anybody got this to you already because I missed some of the show, but I think the Schiavo thing, I figured it out.
Yeah.
She's going to die tomorrow because it's Good Friday.
Never thought about that. Good Friday, man.
And Jeb is going to put the tube in post-mortem on Easter Sunday.
And she's going to come back. All right.
It is the second coming of something
Terry
on Easter. Hallelujah.
And then April 13, she's going to be having lunch at Rosa Lopez's house in Hollywood with the Virgin Mary. How do you like that?
And the frying pan. Did you see she's selling that?
Yeah, I see. We had that T-Fal, yeah.
Only in the state, I tell you. Hey,
in America, baby.
In closing,
yes.
I'm a simpleton with ice cream, but Tin Roof Sundae from Farm Stores.
Farm Stores Tin Roof Sundae. Okay, it's a little pedestrian, but we'll put it on there for you. How do you like that? Farm Stores Tin Roof Sundae. How many votes do you think that's going to get?
Oh!
Huh? Well, that's okay. He's entitled to his opinion. At least he's not one of the... At least Tin Roof Sundae is more exciting than vanilla,
Maybe.
Although, what is it made with?
Maybe it's vanilla.
Yeah. No, not maybe. Definitely. See, I hate to say this to you, but any kind of vanilla ice cream, it leaves me limp. What's the deal, And like I've told you so many times before, if you want to be a real connoisseur like yours truly, if you want to have good food instead of just eating the swill that all the other slobs out there eat. I mean, it's one thing to be a fat slob with good taste. Another thing just to be a pedestrian fat slob. Anybody can do that.
What about French vanilla?
But any time you eat something that requires a whole bunch, French vanilla is the same crap, just a slightly different flavor.
It's a little
will you listen to me?
I'm listening.
Muy importante.
Okay.
Anytime you eat something that requires a whole bunch of other stuff to be slathered on it, ain't good stuff. Just like you said the other day. Whenever I said that they bring steak sauce, you said, oh, this is so good, you don't have to have steak sauce. Remember that?
Yes, correct.
You go into Ruth's Chris, you ask for a steak sauce, they give you a look like, are you kidding me? What are you, some kind of a slob? Yeah, we'll give you like a gallon of steak sauce through a tube. Yeah. It'll come out of the ceiling and just smear right down on your plate. And the same thing with French fries. If you didn't have salt and mayonnaise like they do in Amsterdam or ketchup. Now, I will admit that there are people who eat fries naked, with nothing on them.
Yeah, I can do it.
Unsalted?
Yeah. Well, no.
Yeah, get out of here. You're so full of it.
Yeah, but salt is like on
You got to pour salt and pepper on it.
It's a given.
If you have to pour salt on it, it has no taste. Same thing with like mashed potatoes. What's mashed potatoes without gravy?
You just don't like potatoes, obviously.
No, you're absolutely wrong. I can't eat potatoes because it's pure carbohydrates, being diabetic. And if I'm going to cheat, you see, you have to make your choices in life, okay? You have to make your choices.
Okay.
And when you're fat or when you're fat and diabetic, everybody cheats. I don't care what you say. Nobody's perfect except maybe Terry. But everybody's cheating. So you have to make intelligent choices. If I'm going to go out today, am I going to go out and go to Wendy's and get a baked potato with cheese and chives? I mean, I like that and sour cream. I like potatoes. In fact, I like a lot potato skins.
Yummy.
I mean, you go into all these floozy bars and places, you probably are like, get potato skin appetizers, right?
Right.
Good
bacon,
stuff.
A little cheese, good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Smear on some of that sour cream, good stuff. But again, it has to have accoutrements on it. So that tells you about it.
And it's still good. Like, who cares what's on it? If it's good, it's good.
I didn't say it wasn't good. You didn't let me finish. But vanilla ice cream without, you see, at least the potato skins, or even a baked potato. Although you can't have a baked potato. You can't have a baked potato without butter, though, can you?
No.
No. It's dry.
Yeah, it's too dry.
Very dry. And butter and sour cream and maybe chives, see?
And bacon.
And bacon bits. And, of course, some melted cheddar cheese would be good in there, too, like at Wendy's.
There you go.
What?
No,
you see, you think I don't like potatoes. You're absolutely wrong, but potatoes are bad for you.
What, you only like a baked potato, though? You don't like
No,
that?
I don't like fries. I don't like hash browns. What are those other kind of potatoes they have at breakfast? What do they call those?
Hash browns.
No, not hash browns.
Oh, tater tots?
No, not tater tots. Jeez, God, tater tots. Oh, no.
But do you like mashed potatoes? You don't like mashed?
I don't eat them, but I do like mashed potatoes with gravy.
Huh?
With gravy. Now mashed potatoes out of a box? That's for the ultimate goyim is mashed potatoes out of a box. Terrible. In fact, I would tell you right now, the same people who love vanilla ice cream, they love mashed taters out of a box. Uncle Ben.
You're listening to Neil Rogers on 560 QAM. Good morning, Americans. It's Paul Harvey. Stand by for news. Pepe and Carlos had been lost in the desert for weeks and were at death's door. As they stumbled on, hoping for salvation in the form of an oasis or something similar, they suddenly spied through the heat of the haze a tree in the distance. As they got closer, they could see that the tree was draped with rasher upon rasher of bacon. There was smoked bacon, crispy bacon, life-giving, juicy, nearly raw bacon of all sorts. Oh, my, Pepe, Carlos said, it's a bacon tree. We're saved. You're right, said Pepe. So Pepe goes on ahead and runs up to the tree, salivating at the prospect of food. But as he gets to within 5 feet of the tree, there's the sound of machine gun fire, and he is shot down in a hail of bullets. Carlos quickly drops down on the sand and calls across to his dying friend, Pepe. Pepe, what on earth happened? With his dying breath, Pepe calls out, run! It's not a bacon tree, it's a hambush. Paul Harvey. Good day.
1247, 13 to 1 at QM. Kind of cute.
I love those.
They are great. 5 people say they hate ice cream. Now, see, that's not very many. Out of about 700 votes, whatever we got, only 5 say they hate ice cream. And, of course, in this crowd, no matter what it is, I hate life. Whatever you ask, there's always that little element there. They hate everything and everybody, including themselves. 5670560. See, and generally speaking, with all these zillion flavors that are out there, it indicates to me that there's a real ice cream problem in South Florida, and maybe in the entire state. The only good thing, the saving grace we've had so far is that nobody has mentioned Carvel or the old DQ, the Dairy Queen.
You fairy.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Richard calling from Miami.
Yes, Richard, how you doing?
Excellent.
What do you got?
Cold call?
I beg your pardon?
Is this Neil?
Yes, it is.
Oh, hey. The Go Over Doll guy.
Yeah.
Well, just calling to say hello. Love your show. Haven't called in over a year. Still listening, and you're the best.
Okay, thanks, Richard. That was really worthwhile.
Wow.
WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you? Got a couple callers ago. Stole my
By the way,
thunder.
the Gore Vidal guy is still listening. He still thinks I'm the best. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
The guy a couple callers ago stole my thunder with Chubby Hubby.
Yeah.
That's an awesome flavor, and that's what made me what I am today.
Yeah, Chubby.
Yeah, you got it. With the casino gambling, do you know if there is smoking allowed in the pari-mutuels?
No.
I'll go there. I took my wife to the Hard Rock once, and we just reeked. It's awful.
Yeah, no, in
we'll
fact,
never go back there.
I don't know any of that. I don't know in Vegas what they've done, to be honest with you, because I haven't been to Vegas in a few years, but any casino that I like, Woodbine, there's no smoking allowed in there. They have places where you can go outside and and smoke, but not inside.
Yeah, we tried to go to a restaurant at the Hard Rock last week and called them up and asked if they were smoking, and they said yeah, because they're on the reservation.
Oh, yeah, because they want you to smoke all those cancer sticks that they're peddling there, of course. You
right,
bet.
so that'll keep us far away.
Good choice, Pally. Good luck.
All right.
$100 out. Okay. 5670560, pound 560, and it's really amazing after all this time, and I don't want to hear about it because it's very ponderous and boring. Even Miguel, who was at the Hard Rock and played the slots there, even he doesn't understand it. He can't explain how they work.
I don't know.
Well, how's that possible?
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, like I said. Well, first you got to play bingo against the other people, and then you get to spin. What does that mean? I mean, every pull, you got to go through a little bingo game. It's got to take you forever.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't buy that.
Well, you were there.
I didn't have to wait for anybody. I put in some quarters and I got some money back.
You put in some quarters and you got some money back.
Yeah.
Oh. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes.
Is this Neil?
Sounds like Neil.
All right. Hey, we just opened the Cremalita ice cream shop.
Yes.
Here in the Victoria Park shop. It's off Federal Highway.
Okay.
And is that the poll's about ice cream today, right?
Right.
It's great, incredible fat-free ice cream. You're talking about flavors. We've got all kinds of flavors. No sugar added, low carb.
Now that no sugar added, low carb, that doesn't have all that sorbitol and stuff in it. I'm sure it does.
No.
Oh yeah.
We have the low carb has sucrose.
No, man. Call Mr. Whipple real quick.
Bring us some ice cream.
Well, come down and see us. Come down and see us, Neil.
Why don't you bring some ice cream over to the station? I'm sure that Josh and Miguel will give you rave reviews, even if they don't like it.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, let me put you on hold. Maybe you can bring some ice cream in tomorrow and they can wash down those ribs with it. Wouldn't that be good for dessert?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll put that guy on hold on one, Josh. See what you can scam out of him. I mean, Well, no, he's pretty far away, right?
Right.
US 1, and where did he say?
He said Victoria Park, I think, no?
Oh, boy. But what difference does it make? It's in fact, you won't have to nuke it.
It'll be watered down by the time we get
You
here.
can just get a straw and suck it out of a...
Cube!
Right. The guy's on one, by the way, Josh. Just handle him, please.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Just blow him off. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless. Now, well, the guy wants a little free plug, and why not? The power of the show, huh? We made fish food number one. We made Pizza Loft number one before they turned on us like a cornered rat. And you know what? That's fine. That's okay. We still got Brad and Tony's, right? They'll bring in food anytime we want.
Yes.
See, it's one thing about us. If you decide all of a sudden you don't like us, or we're not friendly enough, or we don't kiss your ass enough, that's okay. It's the way it goes. We just move on. It's like these people that call, I'm never going to listen to you. Okay, hey, have a great life. Good luck to you. And, of course, they never mean that. I don't think there's anybody who ever called this show, in all these years I've been on the air, nearly
about 30, man,
in this town, who ever said, I'm done with you on air, or faxed in, and they're there.
Of course. And
then, of course, they think you got that convenient Alzheimer's that you're going to forget, or maybe they have it. And then all of a sudden they either call in, you recognize the voice, or here comes the fax again. Like Fat Boy's boyfriend neighbor there, his ex-neighbor, Dave Friedman. Hey, Dave. WQAM, hello.
Two items, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Item number one having to do with the slots. Did you hear the bill that has come out of committee on the slots? They want to keep them, what do you call them?
I talked about that earlier this morning. They
about
want to keep them
Class 2.
Class 2, like the Indians
Yeah.
do, yes.
The other thing is, you remember Frusenblatt came out about the same time that Haagen-Dazs came out the first time? Another phony baloney Scandinavian ice cream, but it was very, very tasty. I'm a big fan of butter pecan, and they had the absolute best butter pecan in the whole world. Also, whatever happened to chicken tonight? It was a great thing, easy to work with chicken and do it, and they just disappeared off the grocery store shelves.
I'll be damned. Well, we'll do an investigation, and we'll take our QAM investigative team, and we'll send them out to check that out. You know, another product that I don't know if it's still around. It was. I don't want to say it wasn't very good. It wasn't very good. Dick Cavett used to advertise it, so it couldn't have been too good. Top Shelf. Do you remember that stuff? They used to have, like, in a box, not frozen, but like lasagnas and pasta, and it was in a box. And you'd open up the box, there'd be like a little foil container, and you'd put it in there and you'd nuke it just before you nuked your ice cream. You never heard of that, Top Shelf?
No.
No. Like I said, 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. We better get the Beast on his show tomorrow with George and Josh, because at least he knows about slots. Hey, he was playing quarters this morning. He won $160. See, Hank is teaching him the fast way. Only talk about when you're winning. He won $160. Now, maybe that was like in the last 5 minutes. Maybe before that he lost about 6,000. Who knows? But his folks got the big bucks. Makes no difference. WQAM, hello.
Neil God.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir? Long time
Pretty good,
no
Pally.
talk. Listen, I'm still cracking up from 2 hours ago when you said that doctor who looked at her chart, Terry Schiavo, and he said she's ready to do a tap dance.
Yeah.
I mean...
That's what he said. Didn't you hear the brother? The brother said she's vibrant. She's alive and she's vibrant. He said...
Speaking of vibrant, Neil, you sound like you're in rare form these days.
Yes, I am, and have a great day. That's one of the chronics. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Do you remove my feeding tube?
Yeah, WQAM. Yeah, I'll come for that. Yeah, Prozac Ron wants us to remove his feeding.
Cute.
Oh, yeah. We have a long line at your house, Ron. Volunteers for that. We'd be fighting over it. Just like those crazy Right to Life crowd over there are screaming and hollering and trying to, water her like a plant. In fact, doesn't that prove that she's in a vegetative state? What do you do when you sprinkle water on something? Isn't it usually like a plant?
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
The 1 to 2 hour.
He likes to set up colored people. He likes to frame the colored people.
Absolutely.
Officer Furman, driving through Brentwood at night with a glove in his bag. His evidence bag waits at the Bronco, opens the window to leave a few drops on the floor. A smudge on the door, Officer Mark Furman. Where did that blood come from? Officer Mark Furman. He dropped the bloody glove. Simpson and Cato, back from a burger and fries at a restaurant near. A noise in the rear, OJ is napping, dropping his socks near the bed, but there's somebody there. Planting some hair, Officer Mark Furman. Where did that blood come from? Officer Mark Furman. He dropped the bloody glove.
Speaking of that, so anyway, the Florida Judge Greer over there said, the DCF can't take Terry, but he's going to still rule on the doctor's revision of his previous medical opinion.
One doctor.
One doctor who gave like a minimal, he took a look and said, oh, look at that, she's going to get up and do a Kazatsky any second, I can tell. Who happens to be one of these right-to-life fanatical people, so his credibility on a scale of 0 is minus infinity. Now, Rutger Hauer, speaking of great food and fast food joints, would like this story. Wendy's chili is not made out of people. Well, it is, but just a little bit. It says, San Jose, California. Santa Clara County health officials confirmed yesterday that the thing a woman bit on when enjoying her chili at a Montgomery Highway Wendy's was in fact a human finger. They're not sure whose it was. It had to be Rutger Hauer. Who put it there. It was about 1.5 inches with the longest, nicely groomed nail. Oh, that's nice. And while it gave the woman, Anna Ayala, 39 of Vegas, a bad case of the willies, it likely caused no physical illness, officials said. She bit into it. That's because the finger was safely cooked, simmering along 170 degrees with more traditional chili ingredients such as tomato, beef, and beans.
Oh, the beans might have been worse, yeah.
Yeah. It was her first visit to a Wendy's. I'm more of a Carl's Jr. person, she said Thursday night. Suddenly, something crunchy was in my mouth, and I spit it out. After much examination, she and her table mates realized just what the special ingredient was, and then the vomiting commenced. Oh, no. That's what it says. Oh, no. Police and county health officials were called to the Wendy's, but no one there was missing any digits. Anybody missing a digit? We had every kind of show. We had everyone show us they had 10 fingers, and everything was okay there, said Ben Gale, director of the county's Department of Environmental Health. In confirming it was a finger, the county medical examiner also found that it wasn't badly decomposed and had a solid set of fingerprints. Conceivably, officials said, police could lift the print and perhaps match it to a partially fingered person through a database, and then ask, what happened? For now, officials figure, since it was a jagged cut, it may have happened on a meat grinder. Oh, nice. In any case, the county shut the Wendy's for a while and impounded all the remaining chili and all the ingredients used to make it, which is whipped up on site. They hope to track all the fixings to try to find the source of the finger. It is, of course, possible it was planted by someone who wants to cash in on a grossed-out civil suit. That certainly is plausible, said medical examiner Joseph O'Hara, but then where would she have gotten the finger? And how could she have cooked it? All involved say they've never experienced anything like it, and Wendy's spokesman Bob Bertini said, never in the fast food chain's 35 years has a body part showed up in the food. Wendy's founder Dave Thomas always used to say, quality is our recipe. Says maybe so, but they might want to rejigger the chili recipe.
At
least it was a quality finger. Huh?
I've eaten their chili, too. No more.
Oh, come on. Why? Because this woman in San Jose, California found a finger in her chili, and therefore you're not eating it no more?
Well, actually, yeah, I would like to do that lawsuit myself.
Oh, I see. Well, chop off one of Maddie Bell's fingers and stick it in there. It's a good idea. 5670560, or maybe Gary Sarner would be good. At least it'll be kosher anyway.
I have to cook it first.
Pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. We're asking, what's your favorite ice cream today? Ben & Jerry's Fish Food, numero uno. 127. Vanilla, he says with a heavy heart, is a close second with 106. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes?
Breaking news. Terry woke up and said, put the tube back in. I'm dying over here.
Yeah. Pretty creative, huh? Pretty heavy-duty stuff.
Very original.
Yeah. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I have a question because you get such a great investigative team. How come we're not charging more money to the Saudis for grain, corn, flour, wheat?
Hey, you better don't be picking on our buddies, pal. You better get with it. We're not charging more on the Saudis. That's the Bush family's business partners. Are you crazy? What's wrong with you, man? You better wake up and start sniffing the schmatas. 5670560. Speaking of sniffing the schmatas, this is kind of a disgusting story since we just did the one about the finger in your chili.
Bring it on.
Meet Daniel Madrill, the 39-year-old Florida teacher, is facing voyeurism charges for climbing into a school gymnasium ceiling so he allegedly could peer at a 20-year-old female gym teacher and into the adjacent girls' locker room and showers. From his overhead perch, Madrill, the golf coach at Dolores S. Parrott Middle School, may also have watched two female students ages 11 and 13 undress, according to the affidavit. When the gym teacher spotted Madrill climbing down from the ceiling, she asked what he was doing. Madrill claimed that he was planning to scare them by throwing a basketball into her office. The only problem was Madrill, who was arrested last Friday, did not have a basketball in his hands. Now, I had a great line I could use with that, but back in the day I could say it. I better not now. Joyce might get really upset about what he did have in his hands. It wasn't a basketball. So now that he's facing 3 misdemeanor charges for his March 3rd ceiling caper, Madrill's has been suspended without pay by school board officials, and pictured above right here, a nasty-looking guy by a Hernando County Sheriff's Office mugshot. Maybe that place up there in the ceiling is Hernando's hideaway. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless lines. And like I started to say about a half an hour ago before I interrupted myself, wouldn't you think with all these zillions? Oh, look at that. Ashley Smith, there she is. She gets the $65,000 reward for the role in the capture of Brian Nichols.
In conjunction with essentially your religious and spiritual upbringing.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Oh, boy.
She deserves it.
Let's all go out and buy that book. What's the name of that book? The Power of Negative Thinking? WQAM line 9. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
How are you today, Neil?
Pretty good, Pally. What do you got?
Well, I just want to say I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, and used to listen to you a lot when I lived down there.
All right.
But I'll tell you the truth.
Tell me the truth, please.
All the chronics you get, they kill me. You'd have to live in Hialeah with the green teeth to really understand it. That's pretty much it.
Okay,
great
thanks
show.
a lot. Okay,
great
thanks.
show.
Do you understand what he was saying? It's a great show, but all the chronics say live in Hialeah with a green. Oh, I think he's saying you had to be there to understand all this crowd. You're right. Good point, Pally. Hey, listen, he's like in Charlotte, North Carolina, just fine. But sure the hell beats hell out of Hialeah.
This is true.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to make a comment about that, some of the calls that you're getting in reference to the girl and the tube and all that.
Tube! Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, I'm listening.
Man, don't you think that we should be, instead of making fun of the whole issue, I mean, I'm not pro-life or pro-anything. I mean, I'm just saying, that shouldn't we just talk about how ignorant the people down here in South Florida are? They can't even have a
how many years have I been doing that, sir?
But think about this. The fact that you could be 18, 30, you can have children, grandchildren. These can happen to anybody, and then you're the mercy of
It happens every day. It happens every day.
I mean, it's just, I hear some of these guys, they'll take the tube out and this, and you know what, he's a human being, and forget about her life or whatever, but, you know, it happens every day, and people down here, all they do, the quality of the listeners that we're having, is just going down.
No.
Quality of people that we have here.
Now you got your thumb on it, that's it. Okay, that was it. That was what I wanted to say. I thought there was going to be something more. The quality of the people here is going down. Do you understand what he was trying to say? I sure don't. Maybe he had a problem with the fact we're talking about the
tube.
You know, I mean, you might as well have a little bit of, I'm not going to get all bummed out about this. She's been dying for 15 years, and like I said, it happens to people every day. Families have to make these decisions, and it's a personal, private business, and they don't allow these right-to-life lunatics to come in there and make a circus out of it and try to, like, overrule the court decisions. She had, like, a whole bunch of doctors who examined her years and years and years, and partridge in a pear tree, and that's it. Not only can't you live in peace in America anymore, you can't even die in peace. Nope. Can't do it, for crying out loud.
I'm dying over here.
I mean, what would you rather talk about? Poor Terry on the tube or the
tube?
Or Ashley and her $65,000?
Words and by our action.
Oh, please. Please. I can't take it no more. America's gone off the deep end. Just like that article I read about the religious nuts have just totally taken over, and the Republican Party is pandering in, and even they don't agree with them now. They've gone so far, they've even passed them like they were standing still. Even the evangelicals, a lot of them are saying, hey, wait a minute, we didn't mean to go that far. Don't press the button yet, George. You know, that kind of thing. WQAM, hello.
Hey, I'd like to speak to Neil.
Speaking.
Neil.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Do me a favor. I'm with a friend of mine. I was trying to explain to him the old days with Jerry Wichter. And when you guys got robbed at the old station, would you mind just telling him the story of that so he could hear it? He doesn't believe me.
Tell him the story of what? When Jerry Williams got robbed?
Yeah. Weren't you working there?
Yes, I was on the air at the time.
Oh, here, I'm going to hang up. But go ahead and tell him. I want him to hear it.
Okay, no. Here's a guy that's programming the show now. I mean, why would I want to go rehash the story about Jerry Williams getting robbed? By the way, Jerry's dead. And Jerry Wichner, too. I'm still here, though.
Listen,
he's got a friend listening. He wants me to rehash a story from WS News from 25 years ago. And the answer is no. How do you like that? Well, maybe either write it out in longhand and put the message in a bottle, or send it through a tube over to his house, and he can show his buddy the story. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I'd rather hear about Ashley Smith.
First of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior.
That did it for me. That's the end. That is the end. I'm putting the revolver right to my temple. Or maybe I'm just going to temple. I don't know. And see Shmuley Boteach, my spiritual advisor. Wow. What's happened to America, man, if you're not a fundamentalist, Bible-thumping? Although, in fact, you know something? That's why I'm taking off tomorrow. It's Good Friday. It's never too late, you know? I'm eating the wafer. I'm drinking the wine. I'm doing it all. I'm putting on a dress like the Pope. I'm doing everything.
Can I have some ice cream?
No ice cream till next week. At the earliest.
You going to have that hat, too?
No, I'm going to get one of those big miters and put it on my head, and miter's muffler. Man, you just wait. I'm going to be a real fashion plate, just like Il Papa. Hey, I'm sure you're familiar with our friend Anthony Caliendo, the main man at Acceptance Capital Mortgage, so before you call any other mortgage company, let the main man tell you what you don't know. Did you know that most banks only work with 3 different mortgage products? No, you didn't know that. That's why I said that. And if your credit's less than absolutely perfect, get ready to hear the most famous 2-letter word in the English language. No! N-O. If you're not working with the right lender, chances of getting approved are only 50-50. So do yourself a big favor. Call right now, 1-888-483-LOAN. That's 1-888-483-LOAN. Let the main man and his team put you in a mortgage that meets your needs. Avoid going to the wrong lender or maybe being turned down because you called the wrong number. Call the main man at Acceptance Capital Mortgage toll-free today, 1-888-483-LOAN. That's 888-483-LOAN. And every time they close a loan, don't forget a portion is donated to kids in distress. So why call anybody else? If you want exactly the deal you're looking for, avoid the old bait and switch. Do the smart thing. Call Anthony Caliendo, everybody's main man, today, 1-888-483-LOAN.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively. QAM.
It's Sting! Oh! Miami Town.
Absolutely.
At 560 WQAM. You fairy.
Now all us rednecks sure love incest. 'Cause sex just ain't as good unless it's family. Because all us rednecks practice incest. Now I'm my only uncle and it worries me. My Aunt Esther took me with her back to her double wide. What a deal, ain't got no wheels, and inside smelled like something died. She kissed my cheek and winked her eyes, said, we're all alone in the house. But I got sick when she gave me a kiss, chewing tobacco in her mouth. All us rednecks sure love incest. All right. 'Cause sex just ain't as good unless it's family. Because all us rednecks practice incest. So come meet my new wife, she's my niece. I just got me a farm with horses, chickens, cows, and pigs. A 4x4 that I adore, with tires that are too damn big. The rear window, it has a gun rack, that's where I keep my gun. A rebel flag and my wife in the back, my neck is red from too much sun. All us rednecks sure love incest. 'Cause sex just ain't as good unless it's family.
Absolutely.
Because all us rednecks practice incest. My sister is the one over there with the dirty knees. At reunions it's hard to choose who's got the nicest tooth. And I don't like the way my daddy has been watching me.
Rectum.
20 after 1 at 560 WQM, where we tend to be a little clannish at times. So anyway, this neurologist, so-called William Cheshire,
right,
with that Cheshire cat grin on his face, of the Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, he's the one that they're using as their last gasp hope, you know, who claims all of a sudden now that she's not in a vegetative state. But anyway, he observed her at her bedside, but did not conduct an examination of her. Cheshire is he's from the Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, a bioethicist who's also an active member in Christian organizations, including two whose leaders have spoken out against the removal of the
cube.
Right.
Of course he is.
Ronald Cranford of the University of Minnesota, a neurologist who was among those who made a previous diagnosis of Schiavo, said there isn't a credible, reputable neurologist in the world who won't find her in a vegetative state. Got that? There isn't a credible, reputable neurologist in the world who will not find her in a vegetative state. Florida. Got it?
Got it.
But, of course, Mr. Cheshire, who happens to be just by coincidence a member of a bunch of religious right-wing, right-to-life organizations, he says, who did not examine her, by the way, but was at her bedside and said, oh, look at that, she's getting ready to get up and do a tap dance. I can tell. Any second now. Come on, Terry. We can do it, honey. You can do it. Come on. No? Well, what do you think? A little music might do it, you think? How about some polka music? No?
No.
Come on. Come on, Terry. You can do it, baby. You don't need that silly ass.
Cube.
No. U.S. military command in Iraq has blocked 2 Italian policemen from examining that car in which an Italian intelligence agent was shot to death in Baghdad, a newspaper said yesterday. Corriere della Sera. Well, I sure like the way I said that. I'm not going to try it again. Doesn't that sound like I really knew my Italiano?
You figure pretty well.
Corriere della Sera said the policemen were about to leave when the Italian embassy in Baghdad... See, you have to say it like... There's certain sounds to make it schmaltzy. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like in The Godfather. Anyway, the policemen were about to leave when the Italian embassy in Baghdad received an order from the U.S. command on Monday to abort the mission for security concerns. The embassy in Baghdad reportedly alerted Rome authorities who called off the trip. The car, a Toyota Corolla, is reportedly still in American hands at Baghdad Airport, where it was originally rented. The Foreign Ministry in Rome declined comment on the report, while officials at the Italian embassy in Baghdad could not be reached for comment. Italian authorities say that examining the vehicle is key to assessing what happened on March 4 when U.S. troops opened fire on the car carrying Secret Service agent Nicola Calipari, another intelligence officer, and journalist Giuliana Serena, who had just been released after a month of captivity in Iraq. Calipari died on the spot while the other 2 were wounded. Prosecutors investigating the shooting have received photos of the car, but they want to analyze bullet holes and other elements, according to Corriere della Sera. Calipari's killing outraged Italians, prompted Premier Silvio Berlusconi, the world's second biggest crook next to W, to demand that Washington provide an explanation. Italy agrees that the shooting was an accident, but disputes some key elements of the U.S. account. And a partridge in a pear tree. And you're never going to get the truth out of us, like Howard Beale said. Remember that? You're never going to get the truth out of us? No, you didn't see Network? Have you? I'm not even going to ask. Let's move right along. It's Tweedledee and Tweedledum. How's that ice cream coming, by the way? Is it in there yet?
No, nobody brought ice cream. Tony's came by with a pizza, though. So.
Oh, well, that's good.
Brad hooked it up.
Right, pepperoni ice cream. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with sticking a little pepperoni in your ice cream. Now, what's the story? So are you getting some tomorrow from that guy that called before, or is that too far? What's the deal?
I don't know. I'm going to call him tomorrow.
Well, what did he say? You spoke to him, I'm assuming.
He said he's going to talk to his manager and see if he can do something.
Well, that would be nice. You and George and Miguel can give him a big fat plug, man. Give him a real nice plug. Nice send-off there, huh?
That's what I said.
Because you tell him that for free food we'll lie like crazy, even if it's not all that good. We'll say, oh, man, this stuff is fantastic. It's great. Won't we?
Oh, sure.
You bet. We're easy. What's your favorite ice cream is our poll question today at the end of a week of just gastronomical insanity, just food, manja, just crazy all week long. Italian food, pizza, steakhouses, and today, ice cream, gelato misto. You ever have real Italian gelato? Of course you didn't.
Yes.
You did? Where'd you have that?
In Pennsylvania.
Oh, my sides hurt from all of this today. I just can't handle it. It is a panic. Real Italian ice cream in Pennsylvania. At a gelateria, was that it? A place that pretended to sell gelato?
Correct.
Probably run by a bunch of Greeks. Or could have been, could have been
Guidos up there.
What?
A lot of Guidos up there.
Oh, yeah, I know that. How about one of those Philly cheesesteaks, huh?
Oh, wonderful. Yummy.
Not as good as those grinders I was talking about the other day. Those grinders from New England. Oh, man, those big hoagies. I was at Bellow Snyder's summer camp. I was 16 years old. That means it's 100 years ago. Fourth Lake, Inlet, New York, summer camp. And we used to, walk into town about a mile or two away from the camp. And there was a hoagie shop there that had these fantastic big hoagies. Oh, just to die for. Unbelievable. The kind of stuff you... And the same in Boston, too. They had fantastic... I don't remember if they called them hoagies or grinders.
I've never heard of grinders.
We called them great. They were fantastic. Big, thick, with all kinds of good ingredients and all kinds of mixed cold cuts and capicola and all this stuff.
Don't choke up there.
Yeah, I am. I'm gagging up on it.
I'm Mark Morgan. Now here's Neil Rogers on 560 QAM.
What a drag, the press is out of control. Baseball's different today. I just heard the AP say Homer's leaving left and right is such a thrill. Then the AP finds a pill and disputes McGuire's skill. It's another tabloid shelter called McGuire's Little Helper. Baseball's different today. I heard ESPN say McGuire hits another one to take the lead. But reporters find a need to undo this giant deed. They invade the Cardinal shelter looking for McGuire's helper. Baseball finally has its day, and they pee on our parade. Oh, AP, no more of these. Lock the door, in big no more.
What a drag, the press is out of control.
Yeah, he sure comported himself very well before that congressional committee last week. Make no mistake about it. We're not talking about the past. We're not here to talk about yesterday. Whatever it takes and all of these things, right? And let me out of here, please, so I can go polish my complexion up a little bit. Well, he's looking. You ever see his neck?
Whose neck?
He's got more holes in his neck than a piece of Swiss cheese. In fact, maybe now they have nothing to do with that thing anymore. That
Cube.
They can put that in Mark McGuire's neck. You think? Can't hurt.
He has no neck.
Like spackle. What's your favorite ice cream? That's our poll today. We got 800-plus votes. Ben & Jerry's Fish Food is hanging on tenaciously. Thank the Lord.
Oh, God.
137 votes. That may be, in fact, if Bush ever finds out, if your fat-ass governor finds out how good that is, he'll confiscate it all for himself and his for renegade family, and he'll make it illegal to eat it in the rest of the state, don't you think?
Well, he'd just ban Ben & Jerry as a whole.
Probably. No, he'll just confiscate it all for his outlaw family up there in Tallahassee, including Noelle. She's probably hooked on it. Ben & Jerry's Fish Food, 137. Vanilla, 121. That is just, outrageous.
God.
Chocolate, 60. Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia, 51. Butter Pecan, 43. Ben & Jerry's New York Super Fudge Chunk, 40. Cookie Dough, 40. Rocky Road, 40. Well, at least Rocky Road finally got even with Cookie Dough. Pistachio, 28. Haagen-Dazs Dulce de Leche, 27.
Increíble.
Heath Bar Crunch, 24. Strawberry, 23. Rum Raisin, 20. Cookies and Cream, 19. Coffee, 18. Breyer's Oreo, 14. Ben & Jerry's Coffee Toffee Crunch, only 14. You people, man, are just, missing the boat. That's all I can tell you. There is something really, really rotten in Denmark. Coffee Toffee Crunch has only got 14. Now, you guys never tried it?
No, I have not.
I'm going to tell you, it's right up there with fish food. I don't care what anybody says. It is right up there. It's in the same astronomical, way above the rest of the world kind of level. It's up there.
Well, then you need to bring all this ice cream in April.
Edie's Chocolate Peanut Butter, 11. I hate ice cream. 10 people said that. I hate ice cream. 10. Do you know anybody who hates ice cream?
No.
Only our crowd. Cold Stone Cake Batter Ice Cream. Boy, that sounds, 9. Ben & Jerry's Half Baked, 9. Ben & Jerry's Everything But the 8. Nestle's Turtle, 8. That is so good. Neapolitan, 7. Pralines and Cream is very good, too, 6. Starbucks Mud Pie, 5. Caramel Sutra, 5. Ben & Jerry's. Breyer's Score, 4. That's the winner. Breyer's Score. Ben & Jerry's Chocolate Therapy's got a pair. Strawberry Cheesecake, 2. Ben & Jerry's Chubby Hubby, 1. Publix Turtle has 1. And none, Ben & Jerry's Concession Obsession. We had all that dialogue about it, and you looked it up, and is it this? It's like concession stand ice cream. Well, and really so far it's got the big none. And Edie's Coney Island's also got none. There's another, what is it, Dream World, when you look at the pints in the freezer in the supermarket, next to the Ben & Jerry's, there's all these designer flavors now. Dream something, isn't it?
Do you sit there for hours in front of those doors at the supermarket?
First of all, I don't take a chair when I go to the supermarket, so unless I'm on the floor, it'd be kind of hard to be sitting there. No.
Sure?
When you're looking for something good, okay, I don't want to get too specific the way things are these days, but when you're looking for something really good, you know when you found it. You catch my drift? When you see it, you know it.
Okay.
And so when you go to the supermarket and you open up and you're looking maybe for Ben & Jerry's Fish Food, just an example, you say, hey, wait a minute, here's a whole new line of these artsy-fartsy designer flavor, and there always are. You see, you're so pedestrian with your dulce de leche. And don't spill it on your guayabera, by the way.
No.
Always make sure the excess runs off into the
cube.
Right. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. Try to open up some new avenues for you, okay? So you try some new things. Try some new things like Ben & Jerry's Coffee Toffee Crunch. If you don't like that, man, your taste is, they ought to chop your tongue off.
I want to try that.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
The name of that ice cream is Dreamery.
That's it. Thank you. Excellent.
You're welcome.
That's pretty
Take care.
good stuff, too. Okay, thanks. Dreamery. See, I told you it was like DreamWorks, but then that's movies, you know. Maybe they'll make a movie about Ben & Jerry's. You think?
That'd be dreamy.
Pretty good stuff, man. Couple of good liberal guys there from Vermont. Boy, what a great state that must be. I think I drove through Vermont one time real fast. But I don't think I ever, stayed there for, I never did. New Hampshire. I've been in Salem, New Hampshire, Rockingham Park back in the day. Ever been in New Hampshire?
Yeah, sure.
Ever been at Arnie Warren's Adventure Car Hop in Saugus, Mass? You never been to New England, right?
I have not.
Either one of you have never been to New England.
Yes,
and you know something about the founding of our great country, what used to be great country? You know something about Paul Revere's house in Boston? No.
I actually saw it.
Quincy Market? Yeah, but have you been inside of it? Have you been in front of it? Have you been there at a Quincy Market?
I walked all of Market Street.
Yeah, right.
I did.
Market Street?
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
In Philly. I did
Palmer Greer House is on Market Street. It's on Washington Avenue. The hell are you talking about?
I don't know what avenue it's on over there.
You wouldn't know Tremont Street if they stuck it in your
Rectum.
Guayabera.
Been to Fenway Park. Boston's a great
Well,
city.
that's great, and that's excellent, okay? You've been to Fenway Park. I've been there many, many times. Many, many, many times. And?
Go around BC.
Yeah, that's good. You go on the, what the hell's that highway? That horrible highway. The Mystic River Bridge. You haven't been on the Mystic River Bridge? Good, don't do it. Man, you talk about the worst driving in the world, or at least in the U.S., not in the world. The worst driving I've ever seen is in Rome. But the worst driving in the U.S. is in Boston, man. Oh, wow. You can't complain. You think the driving inside... See, this driving in South Florida is bad and aggravating. But in Boston, it's much more bad than aggravating. It's just, it's like, you know...
Chicago's really bad.
It's like demolition derby. Yeah, Chicago is pretty dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
5670560. I got a couple more, but I'm not going to read anymore because Miguel will get really bent out of shape. And since it's almost the end of our week here, you know, why do I want... All right, we'll mention, because it is big news... A year after her first reported stay in rehab, Whitney Houston has again checked into a rehab facility.
Oh, my
What a shock.
gosh.
That would be almost as shocking as Bobby Brown checking back in.
Just take her tube out already.
Whitney, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Bobby Brown calls Jerry Witzner in that big talk show in the sky for that guy I called before. Hey, Jerry, it's Bobby checking in. And now Whitney's checking in. Next it'll be Chubby checking in. Whitney Houston has entered a rehab facility today. Her publicist, Nancy Seltzer, told the AP yesterday she declined to provide details. You've seen the Pepto-Bismol spots, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where they're dancing around, they're holding the puking, and they're holding their... you've seen that?
Yes.
The stomach. That's got to be one of the greatest spots. I just like almost pee in my pants. George has never seen that. And he's also never seen the purple-tinted Kirstie Alley spot. Call Jenny. He's never seen that.
Maybe this past week he got the pleasure of
watching more TV.
You have got to see that. Fettuccine, Guido, chocolate cake. She's squealing. She is squealing. And, of course, what does a pig do, huh?
Yeah, she's a pig. What do you want?
That's Ned Beatty. Squeal like a pig, honey.
You're listening to Neil Rogers
Kersey.
exclusively on 560.
Big.
Remember when nobody knew my name, but now I am a big star. Turn to fame, I can make a hit song in a minute, taking no chances. All I do is scream like I'm inside.
Yes.
I can't believe that keep on selling.
You fairy.
My agent told me not to change a thing. So I guess I'll keep on yelling. Though my song don't sound the same.
Absolutely.
146, 1402. We got Curtis Stevenson for Mo Howard. David did that too, and Mad Dog is cool. We do not have Curtis Stevenson. What do we got?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I just saw Mo, so.
Howard.
Well, then how come it says on my schedule we got Curtis Stevenson here?
And you have a fax?
No, I don't have no fax.
You should.
Well, I don't. Who was supposed to be sending it?
Me.
In addition to which, isn't it a little bit late? I've been saying all day we got Curtis instead of Mo. No Mo. You know, you tell me like at 13 minutes till 2 we got Mo?
Yeah,
I mean, a lot. Huh?
Yeah, and
a lot of people would probably have to get themselves emotionally prepared for that. Don't you understand what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
See, even he gets it. Anyway, we got Mo at 2, like I said. Anyway, well, you know, they can't be bothered sending a schedule. They're probably busy because tomorrow's payday working on my check. Nice going, Clarence. Oh! That's what's important, okay? Not who's on the air, who's on first. Now, you were talking about Market Street. Market Street's in Philadelphia.
Right, I said that.
It just dawned on me during the break. You're talking Market Street, and of course you've never been in Boston. So
Yes,
what the
I
hell do you
have.
know about what?
Where's Fenway Park?
So then what are you talking about Market Street for? What did that have to do with
Philly.
Fenway Park?
No, I said a couple of different cities.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
And?
You said, have you been here? Have you been there? And I was like,
No,
well,
I didn't say
I've
you've been
over
here.
there.
Yeah. You're just trying to get me to play that thing, that Dean thing.
Huh? Oh, okay.
The I've been everywhere, which I do like that a lot, by the way.
That is great.
It's great.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Yes.
I've been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Mattawa, Lafayette.
We're going to South Carolina, and Oklahoma, and Arizona, and North Dakota, and New Mexico, and Texas, and New York.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man.
We're going to California, and New York. We're going to South Dakota, and Oregon.
Travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
And North Dakota, and New Mexico.
And to Boston, Charleston, Dayton, Louisiana.
And Oregon. We're going to California, and Texas.
Santa Fe, Colorado, Glen Rock, Black Rock, Little Rock, Austin.
We're going to South Dakota, and Michigan.
Grand Lake, Devils Lake, Crater Lake, Deep Lake. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
I've come to the conclusion, even though we have more than 800 votes on the poll, pretty good response on there, but the reason that there are so few ice cream places in Florida that last, remember I was talking about that the other day, is because South Florida, in spite of the weather, it's not an ice cream joint. People don't like ice cream.
I don't know about that.
Oh, I'm telling you right now.
People down here don't like ice cream.
People, compared to other parts of the country, people are not as ice cream obsessive in Florida as they are elsewhere.
Well, we'd rather have a beer.
Now, you would think that they'd be ice cream because even all the old farts, you can gum it. You know what I'm saying? Right. It might get your gums a little on the chilly side or maybe even your dentures, but nevertheless. No, seriously, every good ice cream joint. Now, there was one that just dawned on me. I've forgotten all about it. Very sad story, too. In the Nob Hill and Cleary, that shopping center and plantation area, there's a Publix. Even though you don't live in Miguel, forget about him. But Josh, you got to have some idea.
I know where that is.
Okay. Listen to me. Right near Publix, about a couple of doors down, several years ago, many years ago. I've been in plantation a long time now. But anyway, there was a very nice guy who, I forget what he used to do. In New York, his whole life, he worked in the New York guy in his 40s, I would say early 40 with a family. And all his life, he wanted to open up an ice cream store. So he came to South Florida. He opened up a great ice cream shop right there by Publix. You know, that shopping center is very, very busy.
Yeah.
That's where the vet is that I used to take my dogs to before they had to be put to sleep. You know what I'm saying, Doc? But anyway, and the place was great. And I went in there, and he knew who I was, and I talked about him on a show, and he had, I mean, really nifty flavors. He had some really good stuff, you know, not just vanilla and chocolate. He went out of business, and it just bugs me because people who spend they take their life savings and they do something that they really enjoy and they put a lot of work into it, and he went belly up, just like that poor guy, that White Mountain guy in the Fountain Shops. That was awesome ice cream. That was gourmet ice cream. That was as good as it gets. Out of business. I don't think he lasted a year. See what I'm saying? So this guy, you better do a good job for this guy that's coming in tomorrow with 16 quarts of ice cream or whatever, 10 half gallons.
We'll have to see.
Well, if he's smart, he'll come in because otherwise he's going to be kind of like Terry, you know, belly up without the.
Cube.
Yeah. I see what the guy's right. We ought to stop doing that thing with that.
Cube.
Don't you think?
No.
Let's stick to the
applicator cube.
That one, because then at least they know what that one's all about, not just
cube.
Yeah, they think that's in poor taste. I'm going to tell you, if you can't have a few chuckles about the whole thing, the way that even though it's a tragic, terrible story, I mean, you'd go crazy because they're trying to drive us all nuts over this. Like, we have to care about that. We have to care about steroids in baseball. We have to care about Terry Schiavo. We have to care about stuff that we couldn't give a flying crap less about. And in the meantime, while the grave robbers are killing all kind of innocent people, we're not supposed to care about that.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Estación número 1, aquí en Miami, es mi favorita. Excelente, WQAM. Hooray!
Oh, yeah. What do you know? What do you say?
They're jerking me around here. I got no money coming in. I was kind of wondering if you could, Oh, no. You chump. You ain't getting nothing out of me. Why, if I was in my car, I'd be rolling my window up right now.
I'm having me times. I ain't got a show. Ain't got no job.
Not so fast, Pally. Blow it out your ass. Not a shekel are you getting out of me.
You failed.
You can loan me $5.
No. Can't hurry, Mo. Now you just got to wait. You know my cash don't come easy. That's why I can't tolerate bums asking for loans. No, not that you'll pay me back. I ain't no Chase Manhattan. Not one shekel out of me. That's that.
I can't stand you. You're not smart among the men. You just take one out the cocker with 8 spots on his head. I can't stand you. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah? And I can't stand you. Doi. I can't stand you. Doi.
Bye.